The schools participating in this football playoff game are members of the Arkansas Activities Association as authorized by the school boards. The administrators of these schools have helped to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the Arkansas Activities Association. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this football playoff game, is a voluntary nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be the most desirable for high school youth. The Arkansas Activities Association is one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of State High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility, which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation.
The Arkansas Activities Association believes that athletes are taught many things through sports. In addition to these skills, they learn self-control, ideals of fair play and honesty, respect for authority and for opposing players. To learn these values results in maximum benefits from his or her athletic experiences.
The Arkansas Activities Association supports good sportsmanship. All spectators have a responsibility while watching an athletic contest because their actions influence high school youth. It is important that they display the best of sportsmanship to help instill proper attitudes and ideals in these youth.
The Arkansas Activities Association recognizes that athletes represent more than themselves in an athletic competition. They represent their team, their fellow students, their teachers, and the community. Athletes who display good sportsmanship reflect high moral standards.
The schools
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tiger Stadium on the campus of Prairie Grove High School for tonight's second-round playoff game between the visiting Valley View Blazers and your Prairie Grove Tigers. My name is Zach Arns. We'll be joined shortly by Lynn Gregson, who's making his way from Bentonville. We've got a lot to talk about before the game starts here tonight. We'll talk about the weather, which is a huge issue. If you're here in northwest Arkansas, it is cold. It is 34 degrees. It's about a 15-mile-an-hour wind, and the field's in good shape, but it had rained most of today. It's not supposed to rain as the evening goes on, but we'll talk about that shortly. We'll get into the matchup between the Blazers and the Tigers. Both teams come in 10-1. Prairie Grove ranked 5th in the state, and what we can see, it looks like everybody for the Tigers is dressed tonight, so we have gotten over our injury issues. Should be a great ball game. This is going to be one of the better games here in the second round. Lynn will be here in just a couple of minutes, and we'll dissect this thing as we go along. We're about a half hour from kickoff. My name is Zach Arns. We're here with the East Lab. Austin and Danny are here, and we'll dissect this game as we go along. Here we're going to take a quick break. Please, if you get a second, go to pgtigersonline.com. There's a comments page. You can tell us where you're watching from. I expect to hear from the Friday night tailgate up in Kansas, as well as folks in Gainesville, Georgia. And for the folks that are watching over in Jonesboro, just PrairieGroveTigersOnline.com comments page. Tell us where you're watching from. We'll be back in just a minute. You're watching Prairie Grove Tigers football on PGTigersOnline.com.
Everett Chevrolet is the home of the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size truck on the road today, the Chevy Silverado. And the 2014 Silverado has been totally redesigned, and it's better than ever before. And right now, the selection of Silverados at Everett Chevrolet has never been better. Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, extended cab, crew cabs, and every color you can imagine with options to die for. So make the short drive to Everett Chevrolet just off of I-540 at Elm Springs Road. Family-owned, customer-friendly, Everett Chevrolet. Clorox. Just hearing the name and you automatically think of the word clean. And Clorox is a lot more than just bleach. The Clorox family of products has something for the home, the business, professional grade, and more. No matter what the environment, Clorox has the product you need to meet your unique challenges. From the bathroom and the kitchen with Pine Sol and 409 to the laundry room with the standard Clorox bleach. And even if you're on the go with the Clorox wipes, you know the name stands for clean. Dirt and germs don't stand a chance as long as you're equipped with the family of Clorox products. Clorox, proud sponsors of Tiger Athletics and Activities. Take a stroll down memory lane as you stride into Steak and Shake. Steak and Shake, where things are done the old-fashioned way. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and even late night, you'll find only the best. Breakfast to die for, a lunch offering fresh burgers and fries, and dinner platters that are sure to keep you coming back for more. And did we mention hand-dipped shakes, as well as a great selection of desserts? It all awaits you at Steak and Shake, located just south of the mall. Steak and Shake, life needs flavor. Life can come at you from a lot of different directions, and you need to be prepared with the proper insurance. Let John Galligan of the Galligan Insurance Alliance make sure that you, your loved ones, and your home, and all that's near and dear to you is properly covered. You see, life can come at you from a lot of different directions, and you need to be prepared with the proper insurance. Let John Galligan of the Galligan Insurance Alliance make sure that you, your loved ones, and your home, and all that's near and dear to you is properly covered. You see, the Galligan Insurance Alliance is an independent insurance agent and allows him the flexibility to shop the very best policy at the very best price, and this gives you the coverage and the peace of mind that you need at the rate that fits your budget. It's the best case scenario when it comes to covering all that is near and dear to you. Check them out on Facebook or drop by the website GalliganInsuranceAlliance.com. And you can always call 479-282-0605, 479-282-0605. The Galligan Insurance Alliance.
Welcome to Prairie Grove Tiger Stadium.
We did that.
Oh, we have. Okay. You didn't tell me that.
No, that's the cost of being late.
All right.
We already did that for you.
Well, I'm welcoming Lynn Gregson to Tiger Stadium tonight. It's great to be here. I'll tell you, there's two great things about announcing games, Zach. One is it's a front row seat, and secondly, it's warm in where we are tonight.
Well, yeah, this is, we were talking about that just a second ago. It is, the big story tonight is probably going to be the weather. It is cold, very cold. It is, it's Antarctica cold. It's 34 degrees. We got about a 15-mile-an-hour wind, and it is wet. It's not supposed to rain after 7 o'clock tonight, so that's probably not going to be an issue. I was down on the field before. The outside the hash marks, field's in really good shape. The middle is a little soft, but, you know, all things considered, with the amount of rain we've had the last couple of days, field's in great shape.
Well, in tonight's conditions, I think one of the things that could have an effect tonight, Zach, cold and wet.
Yes.
The wet is the handling of the ball. Your hands get, you've played, when you get cold, those hands get kind of stiff.
Yeah, and when we played, they didn't have the cool hand warmers. So this is a two-hand warmer night. Yeah. It is, I was out on the field for about 15 minutes prior to the game, and that's about all I could take. It is cold, and the wind is whipping around, and I don't think we're going to see a lot of balls in the air tonight. It's going to be a ground game, a quick game if that holds. But yeah, it is definitely going to be an issue, and it's something the teams are going to have to deal with.
Well, Zach, let's talk a little bit. Let's go looking around we usually do a look around the league. Tonight, in looking around the league, there's only two teams in the in the 4A, 1-4A that's left. Of course, Prairie Grove playing tonight against Valley View, and then Lincoln making a trip that we made a couple of years ago to Malvern.
That was an eventful night.
Let's talk just a little bit about that game tonight.
I may disagree with some folks up here, but I think Lincoln's got a puncher's chance again. If they can get the game into the fourth quarter, they've certainly got a shot. They can't let it get away from them. They can't let it get a score or two scores ahead. They've got to keep the game close like they did last week with Nashville. If they do that, I don't think teams from the 7-4A play teams like Lincoln that are that physical. They don't see teams like that very often. Lincoln's going to come up and punch you in the mouth, and we'll see how they react.
Well, and I think with Lincoln, the biggest thing is they haven't been here before. No. I mean, they haven't, even as a community, they're not used to this type of a season. Is there any nervousness? Is there any apprehension on the boys team, or do they, the boys on the team, or is it, hey, you know what? We're here to have a legacy. We're here to start something new. We're here to do this. And if you have that kind of confidence, you might be able to go down to Malvern and pull off what most consider to be an upset.
I think last week was considered an upset, but you missed the third option, which is ignorance is bliss. Let's just go play football. It's like Norman Dale in Hoosiers. You go down, you measure the field, it's 100 yards long, it's 53 yards wide, just like back in Lincoln. So it really doesn't make much of a difference. You just got to go out and play football. Malvern's a good football team, but would I bet against Lincoln right now? No.
No, and I think it'll be an interesting game. Of course, it could be one of those games where, on a confidence level, if Malvern were to quickly jump up, get a couple touchdown leads real early, all of a sudden, oh gosh, okay, this is why we hadn't been here before, and all of a sudden it gets away from them. So it'll be interesting interesting to see how that game goes. Let's look, Zach, before we get into this game and take another break. Any other game in the state that's got your interest? I know that
the one that could get us next week. If Prairie Grove's fortunate enough to win tonight, the Lonoke game. That is Lonoke and Maumelle. That's going to be a dogfight. I mean, the Jackrabbits. I love saying Jackrabbits. The Jackrabbits are a really, really good football team out of Central Arkansas. They're a lot like Prairie Grove. They run the football. They've got a great quarterback. That game to me is really, really interesting because it's two contrasting styles. Maumelle's going to spread you out and try and throw the football a little bit, and Lone Oak's going to take it up, line up in the eye, and go right at you.
Well, I think a couple other games that I think the Dollarway and Ashdown. That's going to be a good. I think I would favor Dollarway. I think they'll probably pull away, but I think that'll be an interesting game. And then another that they don't play now, but you see on a collision course is Warren and Arkadelphia. Arkadelphia will have to take care of Newport. Warren have to let's see. I believe they have Highland, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? And so those are some games I think that'll be of interest. But let's take a break, and when we come back, Zach, we're going to talk about this game. I've seen, our stats and research department has definitely put some work into this and has published some of that work. But I'm
now published.
So let's take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about a little bit more about the keys to tonight's game and some other thoughts from the stats and research department.
Love God, love others, and serve others. The simple motto of Prairie Grove Christian Church. Whether it's supporting missionaries in Japan or on the Ivory Coast of Africa, or doing mission work in Guatemala, or building homes in Mississippi or Alabama, or the fun for the entire family of Upward Basketball, you'll find the members seeking to show our love for God through our love for our neighbors. If you're looking for a church home, we invite you to experience PGCC firsthand. We have convenient service times with services on Sunday at 9 and 10:30. And trust us, we have plenty of activities for the kids. Prairie Grove Christian Church, serving Western Washington County and beyond. Love God, love others, and serve others. Prairie Grove Christian Church. You just bought that first home, or maybe the first new car, and you want it properly covered. Think Shelter Insurance and Mark Spence. Or maybe you just welcomed into the world that little gift of a child. You want to make sure that their future's secure. Think Mark Spence and Shelter Insurance. Let's face it, you want someone local, someone that you know, someone that can be by your side when you need them to be there. Think Mark Spence and Shelter Insurance. Home, life, auto, RV, boat, motorcycle insurance. Think Mark Spence, your local Shelter Insurance agent. Call 846-2999. That's 846-2999. Shelter Insurance and Mark Spence proudly support Tiger athletics and activities. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean to you? It means that you get to keep up with all your sporting events associated with Prairie Grove Athletics on a website furnished and maintained by PG Telco. It means that the folks at PG Telco have an interest in you, your kids, your school, and your community. And they're focused on progress. They're committed to bringing you the very latest in technology for your home or your office. For telephone, internet, long distance, or direct TV, think PG Telco. Built on community, focused on progress.
Okay, we're back, and Zach, I was just looking at our comments page on pgtigersonline.com, and the others who may be watching, go to pgtigersonline.com. You'll have to open up another browser within the internet and then go put some comments. Let us know where you're watching from. We got Phil, who's a avid listener and watcher, and he is watching, as always, from Gainesville, Georgia. He's mentioned that the girls' basketball team last night, Zach, they won handily.
Saw that.
Over Shiloh. The boys, I'll tell you what, that game last night, and I don't want to get too much in the basketball, we had to lead the entire game, and in the last minute and a half, let it get away. So, but boys did look good last night. Scored over 70 points. And then also Jeremy from Lincoln watching, rooting for fellow 1-4A team. Jeremy, we're hoping that Lincoln has success as well. We also, tonight, Zach, we may do this a couple times. We know we probably have some of our friends from the Valley View fans. They're going to be watching. Some of them probably, this is a long trip for them. It's a cold, wet night, so we anticipate having some of them watching. We welcome you. Yes, we are webcasting from Prairie Grove. There'll be a home flavor to it, but Zach, we do have some objectivity, and I think that if anybody's done it, our stats and research department has. And why don't you share a little bit of the thoughts from the stats and research department?
The stats and research department, I want to say, is underpaid. Undervalued and underpaid. Look, I mean, these two teams are mirror images of each other. They do it differently, but at the end of the day, they play defense, they run the football, and they value their special teams. let's start with Valley View. They're big, and Prairie Grove's going to struggle a little bit with the size. They're a big group on both sides of the offensive and defensive line. But we played Morrilton. Morrilton was a big football team. They played Farmington. They were a big football team. And it really hasn't made much of a difference when Prairie Grove. If the plan is solid, they can run the football on anybody. Valley View's got a very aggressive defense. They're giving up less than 7 points a game. They've given up 70 total all year, and it's that's going to be the heavyweight fight.
But I think, Zach, one of the things I would say it will probably be a little different than Morrilton and a little different than what we've seen from Farmington or anybody else, even Lincoln or anybody else in our conference. The thing that's impressive about Valley View, they're not giving up a lot of points to anybody. I mean, if you look at Morrilton's giving up some points to some other folks. They had big defenses, but it's not just the size, but the schemes and the things that Valley View does, that helps them keep people at bay.
Like I told you last Sunday, Dolly Parton, they play in a top-heavy conference, okay? That's what we're talking about. Look, there's 2 teams over there, and then it's everybody else. They're good. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're good. They're going to have. They've never seen anything like Prairie Grove's going to throw at them. Prairie Grove runs a lot of misdirection. Valley View plays against teams that either line up in the eye and come right at you, or they spread it around, try and throw the football. So, can Valley View identify the ball and find out who has it? And then the big thing is, can you tackle Logan in space? Can you tackle Bobby in space? Can you find Nick when he's got the ball? And just when you got that figured out, guess who's going to pull it and take off? It's identify the football, tackle the ball carrier, and then they should have some success. For Prairie Grove, they're going to line up today on their first offensive snap. They're going to see a nose tackle that's 400 pounds. And he's big. He's an immovable object. But I was talking to Coach Washhausen a little bit last week. Gravett double-teamed him a little bit, pushed him around. Watched a game last year against Truman. They got around his ankles. He does not like people around his feet. I'd expect to see Boyd cut him a little bit. I would expect to see some cut blocks and basically not letting him know who's blocking him. I'd expect to see him trapped quite a bit too. The rest of the defense, they're solid. I don't see a lot of home run hitters. I don't see a lot of outstanding, oh my gosh, Division I football players. They're just a really good unit that plays their scheme very well. How fast can they adapt to what Prairie Grove's doing? That's going to be the key for them.
Well, I think, Zach, one of the things that's interesting too, and I think that you hit on it, they play a great defense, and I think what Prairie Grove brings that a lot of teams don't. A lot of teams in high school football, there'll be a great quarterback, maybe a great running back, or a great wide receiver when it comes to offense. The one thing Prairie Grove brings to the table, they have a quarterback who's very mobile, who can run. He's definitely a better runner than he is a passer, but he can throw. Mm-hmm. Don't underestimate Jacob Storley from throwing the football. They have not 1, not 2, but 3 running backs who can run.
I'll go 4. I'll go 4 deep.
I'm saying the running backs, but then you have a wing back who can run,
right,
who does it, and then a fullback who's also. So there's 4 options just running the football that is successful. That we have games where we have 2 or 3 guys over 100 yards. So it's not. That's going to be a challenge, I think, for Valley View. But I don't. Before we go, we'll go to break and we'll flip the side of the football and we'll talk about our defense against their offense. Any other thoughts as we think about our offense, their defense, which is going to be the classic matchup?
I mean, that's your heavyweight title tilt. Look, if Prairie Grove converts on third downs, limits their penalties, doesn't turn the ball over, they can score and move the football on any team in the state, period. We've seen it. We've seen them move it up and down the field on Morrilton, who's a pretty darn good 5A football team. They went up and down the field, but at the end of the game, they were turning the football over, committing penalties at ill-advised times, and that kind of sunk them. It's going to be an absolute titanic fight. I don't know. And I ran the stat by you last Sunday. If Prairie Grove gets to 30, they're 26-0 the last 3 years. The magic number is if Prairie Grove gets to 30, that's in their wheelhouse. You keep it in the teens, it's going to be dicey.
Yeah. Well, Zach, I was just looking at our comments page again on PeachyTigersOnline.com, the comments page. It's anonymous. I'm not sure who it is. Watching from Kalamazoo, Michigan, a 1963 grad of Prairie Grove. And
wow.
So that is fantastic. And, we have, as you and I talked about on here, this webcast has been, we were watched in, I think it's up to now 33 different countries we've been watched from, and all 50 states.
And they can understand us in each one of those.
I think we have translation at the bottom of those countries.
Yep.
No. No, I think you're right about tonight's matchup. And we're going to go to another break. When we come back, Zach, we're going to talk a little bit about now we've talked about our offense versus their defense. We're going to talk about their offense versus our defense. We'll come back after this.
I wonder if Buck Lewis had any idea as to what he was starting when he sold his first Ford back in 1946. He was on the square in Fayetteville. Then Tom and Herb Lewis made the move to the current location on North College back in 1969. But through all those years, a Lewis has always been at the helm, and that tradition continues today. It's that kind of family value and heritage that makes Lewis Automotive the place to buy your next vehicle. Be it a Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, or Jeep, new or used, you can still find a Lewis standing behind every single deal. Award-winning service, 6 locations, and over 1,000 vehicles. It's amazing. A lot has changed, but the Lewis heritage and tradition continues. Lewis Automotive, proudly serving Northwest Arkansas since 1946.
The schools participating in this football playoff game are members of the Arkansas Activities Association as authorized by the school boards. The administrators of these schools have helped to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the Arkansas Activities Association. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this football playoff game, is a voluntary nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be the most desirable for high school youth. The Arkansas Activities Association is one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of State High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility, which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation.
The Arkansas Activities Association believes that athletes are taught many things through sports. In addition to these skills, they learn self-control, ideals of fair play and honesty, respect for authority, and for opposing players. To learn these values results in maximum benefits from his or her athletic experiences.
The Arkansas Activities Association supports good sportsmanship. All spectators have a responsibility while watching an athletic contest because their actions influence high school youth. It is important that they display the best of sportsmanship to help instill proper attitudes and ideals in these youth.
The Arkansas Activities Association recognizes that athletes represent more than themselves in an athletic competition. They represent their team, their fellow students, their teachers, and the community. Athletes who display good sportsmanship reflect high moral standards.
Okay, we're back, and Zach, let's talk now. We've talked about the PG offense versus the Valley View. Now let's talk a little bit about the reverse of that, and that is how are we going to stack up defensively against their offense?
Well, they're going to spread you out to run. They are a spread option team, and their base play is the read option. And we were watching them during warm-ups, and their starting quarterback, Noah Johns, number 14. I'm not sure. I'm not going to speculate on what the injury was. It was an ankle injury of some sort. I've heard it was a break, sprain, whatever. He's not moving very well, but he is warming up. He is in uniform. I expect him to play. If he doesn't, then they'll go with their backup quarterback, Jager Sullins. He had a big game last week. He had 339 yards total offense. But Sullins is more the runner. Johns is a better passer. They're about 60-40 when Johns is in their run to pass. When Sullins is in, it's about 70-30. I really expect Johns to play a little bit. I expect Sullins to take the majority of the snaps. Guys that, and we were just watching part of the warm-ups here. Jacob Lorenzana, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's their big play wide receiver. Good-looking athlete. Also, there's another young man named Corbin Richardson. He plays kind of a flex tight end. Another good-looking athlete. They're going to pick their spots to throw the ball when they can. They're going to run just to set up the pass. And the Tigers are going to have their hands full because you're going to be defending mostly the read option. They got a quarterback who can run the football.
Well, Zach, we've got a little bit of a treat tonight. Just joining us here in the press box is Kendall Lehman, and the reason I say it's a treat to have Kendall is this is the 4th year that we've done the webcast of the Prairie Grove football games, and the very first year that this started, we call him every week the Godfather of the Prairie Grove webcast. Kendall Lehman has just joined us and got him a headset. Kendall, you've had a chance now to see this grow from what you kind of started in with a laptop down in at a championship game. And what do you think? We have the students from the East Lab doing this, and you see the equipment that we have versus what we used to tote around. Just tell us what you think about how this has progressed.
Oh, it looks fantastic. You know, since David graduated, I haven't made it to a whole lot of games. But I know I can always tune in online and see what's going on. In fact, I took a class this last semester on Friday nights. And while the teacher was teaching, I would pull you guys up. And I'd look at the ball games and check the scores. But the great thing about it is I'd also check Lincoln, and I'd check Farmington. And so it's just, it's great to be able to check out what's going on in the conference. But the quality has improved so much. You know, you guys do a great job announcing, but the graphics the kids do and just the quality of the video is better than a lot I've seen out there.
Yeah, well, and Kendall, you know, I remember toting a box around, you and I doing that for many times up the high steps and trying to find, you know, Steve Halbert, he helped us a lot with the camera work. Sometimes Steve's boy was playing, we were hunting around for cameramen and stuff, and so it's great to see how this progresses. And the thing that I'm really proud of that we've seen is how we've gotten the students involved and how they are doing the producing behind the scenes. I mean, Zach and I are here on the mics, but in the work and watching them improve and watching them embrace this has been great. So, but you know, we thank you for a lot for just helping getting this thing started. Now we're gonna go to the national anthem. We're gonna take a moment of silence. We're gonna go to the field for the national anthem. Kendall, thanks a lot. Again, what a pleasure it was to have Kendall.
Sorry.
What a pleasure. No, it's okay. What a pleasure it was to have Kendall with us. And again, we know that people are joining along the way, and we know we have fans in Valley View that are watching, or from the Valley View fans, and we welcome you. Go to pgtigersonline.com. There's a comments page. You'll have to open up another browser, but go there and let us know if you're watching from Valley View. We welcome you. Wish for a good game tonight for both teams. You know, when it comes to Valley View, last year we didn't play them in football, obviously, but we had 2 encounters with them. One in the first one was we played them in the semifinals of volleyball, and they went on to win the state championship. They had a heck of a volleyball team, and I think they won it again this year.
They've had quite the run in volleyball.
Yeah. And then we met them in the semifinals. I believe it was the semifinals of the girls basketball, and so
Scott was saying that we played them in baseball as well,
and we won, and then the baseball. So we had some encounters with them this year, and their coach is just now coming in. They're going up to the top here, and unfortunately,
it's cold up there. It's really cold. But
Zach, we had Kendall come in with what was a pleasant surprise. Any other additional thoughts? Looking at our captains for tonight's game, we have Jacob Storley.
Yeah,
and let's see, Jack Reynolds.
That's some pedigree out there, isn't
Connor
it?
West and Brandon Odier.
Yeah, it's good. You know, it's a second-round playoff game. You start to see the quality teams come around. Remember, our second-round game last year against Pottsville as a heck of a football game, and You know, it's time.
It's time. And I'm trying to pick up those numbers over
15,
there.
41.
15, Reese Snell. 41 is Caleb King.
16 and 52? 62. 52 or 62, I can't
16 is Tristan Stahlbaum. And number 62.
That's 52.
Is it 52?
Yeah.
Tyler Buzard. That's 62, Zach.
You sure?
Yeah. Tyler Burns.
I wouldn't trust my eyes either.
I wouldn't trust mine either because he's a junior, so I'm going to go with a senior probably. It's hard to see. Pardon? 52. All right. You were right, Zach, and I was wrong.
Yeah, I don't hear that very often, but okay, I'll take it.
Well, Zach, it's we're just a few minutes away from kickoff. The Prairie Grove fans, they're weathering it out tonight a little bit.
I'm impressed with the folks from Valley View. I mean, that's a 5.5 hour trip. I don't know what it was on a school bus, but it was that's a long trip. Looks like Valley View's going to win the toss.
They want to defer. That means the Tigers. We're going to get to see that heavyweight matchup you're talking about early, where the Tigers will go against that vaunted Valley View defense.
You know, in a lot of ways, watching them on film, they look a lot like we did last year. Really stout defense and an offense that plays to that. They don't turn you over a whole lot. I mean, they've had some games where they turn their opponents over quite a bit, but they're just a 3-and-out kind of defense, just like we had last year. And for the Tigers, you got to protect the football, and you got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to run it between the tackles. If Nick's got room in between the tackles, it sets up everything to the outside. I think the Tigers will be able to run the football. If not, I think Prairie Grove's got to be able to, or at least contemplate throwing the ball on some early downs. And I think that's got to be part of the game plan tonight. They've got to throw the football.
Well, I want to give a shout-out to a few people. We have our avid listener, Henry, watching from Russellville.
Henry.
He's not from Arkansas, and he's not a big fan of Shiloh.
Really?
We also have
fit right in.
The Southerly have a good game watching tonight from West Virginia. B. Winstead watching from Jonesboro, and also watching from Jonesboro. Go Valley View, Lorenzana, number 10. So we welcome you. We're glad you're here. We hope to, like I said, we hope this is going to be the game that we all have anticipated. Lots of talk. If you're a fan of Fearless Friday, you've seen a lot of discussion on the board about this game. A lot of people got a lot of opinions. Zach, we're down to about 2 minutes for kickoff. Fireworks going off. I kind of like that.
I do.
It'd be nice to be close to them and be awfully warm down here, I'm sure.
I think this is one of the more underrated games here in the second round. You got two teams that are really mirror images of each other. If the Tigers are able to run the football, I think it's going to be a tough night because that's what they do. And likewise for Valley View, if they're able to run the football with some consistency, the Tigers could have some issues. But we're a minute and 38 seconds away, and I'm ready to kick this thing off and stop talking about it.
Well, it's highly anticipated. I think it's going to be an exciting game, and like I said, we get to see.
This is only the 8th year of football for Valley View, and this is by far, we were talking about this before, this has got to be the biggest game in their school's history. Second round playoff game, they were knocked out in the first round last year by CAC, and that team, the core of that team's back this year, so it's going to be fun.
Well, I know that I just got a text on other people. Just got a text from Mitch Whitehouse, who's a big fan of PG Tigers Online, and his son, I think, had his wisdom teeth out today, so they're home watching, and we welcome the White House
There's
family.
A minor procedure. That'll knock you down for a couple of days.
Well, back deep we have Bobby Cat.
And we were watching. I'm really going to struggle with some of these pronunciations. But Kyle Madden, who is the kicker for Valley View, we were watching him during the pregame. He's got a leg.
Well, we got Sam Dodd, we got Bobby Cat, Logan Bartholomew, and we also have Cole McClellan, who finishes out the star back there.
He's in Cole took Eli's spot when Eli broke his leg, so Cole has kind of moved around a little bit on the kickoff team, and now he's in the up back position. Boy, this just has that Pottsville feel to it, doesn't it?
Well, that was a heck of a game last year, and surprisingly to me, Pottsville went out early. They went early, but they ended up with a 3 seed, so they ended up with a pretty tough draw in the first round. Now we're ready to kick. Number 45, Kyle Madden. He's preparing to kick. Here he goes. We are underway. Oh, and it's a
little onside-er.
A little squib.
That ball is loose.
They may have got it.
I think they did.
I think Valley View may have ended up with a football. Nope. Tigers.
You're not taking it away from Dylan. Let's see here. Where'd they wind up marking that? The 33?
So the Tigers are going to start off 1st and 10, ball at their own 33.
The guy to watch there is 64 in the middle. He's the big boy. He's very
Jay Burks.
He's
not 400. He's 396.
You round up. He's a biscuit away from 4.
He's lining up. There's movement on the line. That's going to be the Tigers. I think I might move the first time too, Connor West, if I saw 396 pounds staring at me. So the Tigers are going to be backed up 5 yards, and that'll be 1st and 15. And this is a night, when you're here, we just got a 6-yard penalty, by the way. that went from the 33 to the 27.
Don't get me started on the refs.
That is literally
Please
a 6-yard penalty.
Just don't get me started.
1st down and 16 now for the Tigers.
Interesting.
I get that the first week of the season. There's Logan Bartholomew around the corner.
Logan's got room.
Logan's got room. He's got space, and he gets the 16 yards that we had needed. And it's 1st down. He gets a little more.
And I think Valley View's going to struggle a little bit with the outside runs. They're going to stack everything in the middle and try and take away Nick.
The spot is that should be a first down. The Tigers' first play goes 17 yards, and it's a 1st down and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at the 44.
Like I said,
they move. I'm noticing they're moving Burks around.
Yeah, now he's going to move. He'll move guard to guard. They're not going to put him on the outside. That's for sure.
There's a quick pitch.
This is what I think they got to do.
And now, nice play, excellent tackle there by number 21, Zach Turley. He brings down Bartholomew at the 45. So nice play there by Valley View.
I like the call. I think Prairie Grove's going to have to get outside. If they're going to run the football, most of the yards are going to come outside the tackles.
We got a lot of activity on pgtigersonline.com, and I'll try to get to a few of them. We have L. Lee watching from Valley View. Thanks, PG. You're quite welcome. Bob Yarbrough always watching. He's from Valley Spring. That's Jacob's proud grandpa. I'll get to some more after this. 2nd down and 9 for the Tigers. There is Logan again. There's Logan. He's got room, and Logan gets...
I'll tell you what, Valley View's sending people, and they're sending. They brought a safety on the blitz there, and if you don't make the tackle in the backfield, Logan or Bobby, they're gonna make you pay for it.
Luke's grandparents watching from Olive Branch, Mississippi. I know where that is.
It's the Memphis area.
Yeah, you go a little bit more farther south to Holly Springs, Mississippi, and there's a great restaurant there. But anyway, Greta Jordan watching. She'll be there. Mr. Nichols said they weren't going out on the field tonight, I think, for the band. So we'll see about that later. There's Nick Sugg.
First try.
Nick Sugg right up the middle. Look at Big Nick. Go, Nick. Nick Sugg powers his way down to the 30, and the Tigers are mixing it up well, Zach.
Now, I was told before the game that Nick's got some new duds on tonight, and he doesn't want to wear sleeves, but he's got some new sleeves on tonight so he can help him feel the football.
And another Valley View fan, Richard Ruthven from Paragould, Arkansas. Go Valley View, and he's wanting number 63, Tyler Garr, to do well. So,
big offensive lineman.
And so we appreciate everyone watching, and like I said, we'll do our best to be objective. It'll be a slight slant, but we'll do our best. I guess I'll do my best,
Zach.
There
you go. There you go.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at the
full
30.
house. This is
wow.
New.
This is a little bit different look for the Tigers.
Yeah, you knew Bobby was getting the ball.
Bobby Cat. He's hit by, I think that was number 1. Zach Despain. Nice tackle there. Bobby's going to get maybe a yard.
Valley View's going to sell out. I think they're going to drop 8, 9, 10 in the box and dare Prairie Grove to throw on early downs. It seems to be their tendency against teams that run the ball quite a bit. And I'm really amazed because they are bringing guys from the secondary, trying to confuse the blocking schemes with the Tigers so far.
Well, this drive started at the 33. We were backed up by that early 6-yard penalty at 27. We driven down to the other 30. And now let's see if Prairie Grove can continue that now that Valley View has stopped them. And now here's Bartholomew again. And Logan
hurdled Connor.
He did. He hurdled his offensive lineman. He's going to get close to the 20. It'll be a 3rd down and at least 6 to go here.
26. Yeah, they marked him at the 26. Connor slipped coming around the corner. They had it blocked well.
Let's call it 3rd and a long 5. Long 5 for the Tigers. 3rd and 5.
How long do we see Jacob on the read?
That's why I think you may have called it right here.
How long? You think? Okay. Getting a little scouting report.
3rd down, 5 to go for the Tigers. There
it is.
There it is. It's a keeper, and now it's a pitch to Bartholomew. He's going to be
real close. But we got a penalty. But we got a penalty.
I think it's going to be a.
What's behind the play?
It's going to be it'll be a block in the back or a hold, I guess. Could be a chop block too.
Nope,
he waves it off. I think he's short by about a yard. I'm almost, because they spot at the 21. They had to get down to the 20. Well, I don't know. It's close.
Yeah, it's 4th, and I don't know how you don't, unless they're. Yeah, they're.
Are they not going to measure it?
No, they're not going to measure it.
Wow.
It looks like the sticks are in between the 20 and the 21, and the Tigers
this
are on
is
the
a big
21.
down here. The Tigers have driven down the 20. What a stop this would be for Valley View if they're able to do that. There's Storley. Storley goes quick. He's going to get the first down. He's down to the 20. So quick snap. Storley gets the first down, and the Tigers keep the drive alive. Now in the red zone.
Hey, if you're not going to put anybody over the nose, I'd take that play all game long.
Just inside the 20 of the Blazers.
So 1st down and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at the 20. 8:18 to go. Tigers had 3 minutes and 50 seconds now.
8 plays and 53 yards on the drive, all of it on the ground so far.
And there's Sugg. Nick runs hard. He's going to pick up 3 or 4 yards.
Can I say it?
You can.
Giving the ball to Nick's like getting a chance to date Kate Upton. It's just a good idea. He's 5 yards every single time.
Yeah, he picks up 4 or 5 right there. And that, when you get those downs when you're 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6 even, it gives you a lot of different options on 2nd down. 7 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Tigers on the march.
Here it comes.
There's Bobby Cat.
There's Bobby Cat. Idea.
There's Bobby Cat. Give Bobby Cat 6. Bobby Cat 6. And the Tigers drive essentially 73 yards for the touchdown.
They jumped Logan on the sweep. They had no idea Bobby had the ball till he was 10 yards down the field.
Bobby Cat.
That's what we talked about. You got to identify it. And just when you think you got it figured out, here comes the wingback reverse.
Well, the Tigers drive the distance, and it's now 6-0 Tigers with the opportunity for the extra point. That's another touchdown sponsored by PG Telco. I spoke to Dale the other day from PG Telco. We're getting close to what they had budgeted. Extra point on the way, and I think Frenchie missed that one.
JD.
Oh, was it JD?
Yeah, it was JD, and he missed it.
JD goes wide to the right.
That's big.
Extra points will be crucial tonight. 6-0 Tigers lead, and now we saw the first round of the heavyweight bout of the offense against the defense, and Tigers win that one. Well, let's go to a quick. We're going to again the touchdown sponsored by PG Telco, and Zach, we appreciate them so much. They do so much for the community, for Prairie Grove sports, and they are the reason. For those that are watching in Valley View, PG Telco is the reason that we're able to do this. We do this on their servers. They provide for the opportunities for us to do this. They help us with the equipment, and that's why we're able to do it. So
I can tell right now, looking at the comments page, we are very popular right now in Jonesboro.
Yeah, I can't wait to look at the Google. I can look at the Google Analytics. While we're waiting, I'm going to look. We've had several more come on. PG Tech Department, 3/4 watching from Conway tonight. Watching.
Yeah, they were at a Google convention.
So I had to be watching. Coach Pinkley, 2004 alum, he coaches over at Gentry, and but he's watching tonight. Hub and Cahub, the ones that always get me every week, they're watching from Tulsa. We don't hear this often. Great announcing. Wish you guys were on this side of the state. We don't get that too often.
There's something we don't hear every day.
All right, there's JD Speed. Good
that
kick.
He's going to die.
He fumbles it, and he's going to fall on it.
41.
That was Nicholas. It was 41. That is going to be Caleb King. I'm going to read a couple more of these. Watching for Lorena, Texas, an assistant coach at Value. So, again, Marilyn and Patsy Elder, that's Coach Elder's folks. He's our offensive coordinator. They're watching from Wichita. We're so grateful for the broadcast, and I know I've met them, and they are just wonderful people. And then Don Dodd watching. Let's go, Sam. And there we go. And they're happy for the Casey and the film crew. And Samantha and all of them that work there.
Here they come. Good hit. Who else? Nodier, football. Ooh.
They're going to say he's down. They're going to call him down. But Nodier hits. That's Sullins.
Yeah, they're going to give him 3. Scott, first play.
Pick up of 3 yards that time by Sullins.
And, we talked about Noah
they're
Johnson.
big on the line. Pretty decent size on the line.
They're big.
Wow. Snap. Sullins again. Nice block on the corner. He's got room to go.
He does.
And, wow, he's not afraid to lower his boom on it. So
they got a nice kick-out block on the end.
Just got an updated score. Lincoln up on Malvern 7-0. Wow. There's a little bit of surprise.
They wound up marking that.
48. Wow, that was a nice run.
That's a 23-yard run for Sullins.
What do you think about the 7-0 lead that Lincoln has, Zach?
Again, it's the first quarter. Yeah. Okay, everybody settle down.
Sullins from the shotgun. Wow.
There's Connor West.
Connor West gets him for a loss. He's going to go all the way back to the 41.
I think the Tigers' game plan is pretty simple here. They're going to force Valley View to throw the football by putting as many people close to that line as you can. And you see Jack Reynolds, you see Brandon Nodier pressing the line of scrimmage, trying to blitz, and they're going to make it uncomfortable. When Valley View goes to the air, it's number 10 Lorenzana down here at the bottom of the screen. He's their big play wide receiver. He's lined up one-on-one with Bobcat.
After this play,
here comes Nodier.
Nodier's coming on the corner. He's got
he
pressure, throws.
Great
nice
play, Nick Sugg.
Oh,
they had
Nick
that
Sugg.
one scouted. Hey.
Nick Sugg knocks down number 23. That's Corbin Richardson.
He didn't like that.
They lost a couple more, so 2 big plays there by the Tigers, and the Tigers are bringing folks. Jeremy, who's watching from Lincoln, says he'll keep us up to date on that score. Jeremy, just so you know, we also have the Lincoln game going on here online as well, so we got a little bit, but thanks for watching and keeping us up to date. We'll try to keep both games. Okay, big third down here. It's 3rd and long, Zach. That's going to be about.
Jake better not say 3rd and to Lincoln.
No, we got in trouble for that last time. So 3rd down, long for the Blazers. Look for Sullen. He's back. He's got a little bit of time. Throws. Bobby Cat. Play.
There you go, Bobby Cat.
Bobby Cat at the 40, 50. Bobby Cat goes down to the 42. He's brought down by number 51, Weston Delancey.
I don't think that he really wanted to throw that ball that high.
No.
He didn't get a whole lot on it. And Bobby comes up with a big one. That's a huge play for the Tigers.
Well, Bobby Cat, if they had not got that, we're going to have to punt. But I think Prairie Grove got a little bit better out of that than would have a punt. So the Tigers going to start well in Blazer territory at the 41-yard line. So a good start for the Tigers, and Valley View.
We'll see what kind of adjustments
they're not going to. I mean, they're going to make adjustments, and you can expect a team like that is as good as they are. There's Nick Sugg. Nick's just like that. Nick picks up a couple yards.
They're going to give him 3 on that. Wow.
Okay. Well, that was Big Jay Burks at 396.
Oh, he kind of ganks up the whole middle, and I think in talking with some of the Prairie Grove coaches, I think they're going to have to get around his ankles and make him uncomfortable, cut him a little bit, because nobody's going to go one-on-one up top with him and win.
No, even big Jacob Southerly for us, who's a big boy, he can't match up with that. There's Nick again. Nick Sugg. Nick Sugg at the 20. Nick Sugg gets down to the 50. I'm sorry, that was the 30. He gets down close to the 22-yard line. So Nick Sugg, they go back to Nick again.
Nick now 4 carries, 36 yards. Tigers 12 carries total, 90 yards already. They're doing all right. They're moving the football, and like I said, if they can run the ball tackle to tackle with Nick, it opens everything else up.
I'm going to go, Zach, after this play, I want to go back to the comments page. It's blowing up tonight on the comments page. We got JD Speed in here.
Oh, that's not what you need.
And I think the Blazers got it. In a break, they get back. They get the turnover back. Number 1 recovers. That's Zach Despain. And so the Valley View Blazers get a break of their own on a snap. Looking at the comments page, watching from home tonight here in Prairie Grove. Also, Logan Hubbard watching from Auburn University.
Woo!
Hoping to see his little brother Clay. Auburn, if you're at Auburn right now, you're probably pretty happy.
Life's pretty good down there, isn't
absolutely. Boy, they had a prayer on the plains last week.
And we got a change at quarterback, Scott.
And in at quarterback is Noah John. Noah's been out for a couple weeks.
He's not the runner. They're in there to hand off or throw.
And now here he is. There's a little bit of a delayed count. He's going to hand off. Going to throw. Incomplete.
He's not going to run it. I think you got to take that out of the equation with him.
The thing to notice there is, you see who he had the ball in the belly of, the former quarterback, or the quarterback that was just in there, Jager Sullins. Little flare pass out there falls incomplete. It's going to be second down. 3:56 to go here in the first quarter. Tigers lead 6-0. Valley View, their third. This is their second possession. They have the ball after a fumble, Prairie Grove fumble at their 24. Here comes Nodier. They get a nice block on Nodier. Swing pass goes.
Sullins. Nice play out there.
That is Logan Bartholomew with a nice play and no gain on the play. The pass is complete.
You know, Logan had a rough day when we traveled up to Gravett, but he definitely came back last week and played well, obviously, and then came up pretty good on that hit.
Nice job there by Bartholomew, and I didn't see who the pass was completed to, so I apologize to the Valley View fans. I didn't catch the number on that one, but it's 3rd down and 10. Johns from the shotgun. Here comes that boy. They pick up the blitz. Nice. Yeah. Now he's in trouble.
Yeah.
They had an initial stop. Jack Reynolds came through, and they came at him, and then they were able to hold. And so the Tigers get a 3 and out.
Johns hasn't played in a couple of weeks. You know, that's his first series. You know, you get your first hit in, you get your feet under you a little bit, but he definitely didn't look comfortable. And like we've talked about here, if Prairie Grove gets pressure, he's not moving. He's not going to run away from it.
Sullins does a little bit of everything. He's punting now. He's a quarterback. He's a running back. Is there something that he doesn't do?
Well, if he could bring me a Dr. Pepper, that would be awesome.
Okay, so Valley View preparing to punt. Sullins back deep as Bobby. Oh, it's a low punt.
Well, that's returnable.
And Bartholomew is going to get good field position. Look at Logan. Logan goes out of bounds at the 43. So the Tigers get a good field position. Both teams with a turnover now. Turnover came for Valley View on a 3rd down interception, and then Prairie Grove on a 1st and 10 just inside the 25 fumbled the ball. And now the Tigers with their 3rd possession. They got the ball at the Blazer 44.
Well, everybody can take a breath now.
3:06 to go here in the first quarter. Tigers leading.
The Tigers can't ask for much more as far as field position goes. You know, you get the turnover, you start in Valley View territory. You get the punt, you start in Valley View territory. You know, they really can't ask for a whole lot more than they're getting right now.
There's Nick Suggs. Suggs going to just pound his way up a couple of yards. He's brought down by number 2, Hunter Elrod.
And you know what? That's okay. You're probe in the middle. You gotta stick with it because Nick's eventually going to bust one. We know that, and it sets up everything else. 2 yards is not a bad play.
2nd down and 8 for the Tigers.
You know, I'll just tell you now. It's been a couple of plays since Logan's carried the ball. I think that's where we may be going here.
Well, it would be to the short side of the field probably. It could do the quick pitch here to the right. They're going to go
to Nick.
They went to Nick. Yep, that was a read that time, I think, Zach. He looked up like he was going to pull it.
Jacob should have pulled that one, but, you know, we'll take it and move on to the next one. I'd rather have a 1-yard gain than put the ball on the ground.
Well, he picks up a 1. It'll be 3rd and 7. 2:10 to go now in the first quarter. Tigers up 6-0.
You know, if you're Prairie Grove, you got to take advantage of this.
Well, see,
you're not going to keep them pinned back here forever.
There's going to be a flip of the field at some point. You've missed an extra point. You've got to take advantage while you're here. Now Storley with his first attempt.
Dylan is right down the middle.
He couldn't do it. He could not do it. Nice defensive play there. Zach Despain They came after Storley. His first pass attempt never even got to get it off. It's going to lose back to the 49. The Tigers.
Tell you what, Dillon was wide open right down the middle.
Just could not really get his feet up under him, Zach. I think he saw him. He just could not square his shoulders enough to get the pass off. And a nice play by the Blazers.
Yeah, we're getting what we expected. We're getting a defensive battle. And oh, Nick, don't look up. Don't look up, Nick.
Going to get a nice. JD's got plenty of time to kick, and a nice kick. It's going to bounce. Oh yeah,
nice
that's going to go inside the 5.
And they will down it. Nice.
Inside the 5.
Nice kick, JD.
JD speed. That's about a 48-yard punt, I believe there, Zach.
I will get you an official on that here in a second.
Coach Elder Sucher's watching from Wellington.
48 yards. Good call.
Sister Wellington and Mulvane. Phil Hudspeth's watching Nick tonight. He's doing great. Tara and Dave watching from Colorado Springs.
Wow.
Joe Jacob.
That's new.
Deborah Jarko watching from Jonesboro. Thanks for letting us watch. And they're cheering number 15, Reese Snell. Roy and Patty watching from Valley View. Chris J, go. Good job, Zach. I'm not sure who Chris J is, but you got a fan there.
Hey.
Valley View up the middle.
Sullins
he got some yardage there. His four possessions could be at least a couple.
Yeah, it looks like he'll get 3 out of that one. And I don't have many fans. I'll take every groupie I can get. I don't even have groupies in my own house. This isn't what Valley View likes here. Under center in the eye. I think they're just going to try and power it out and get a couple of first downs here, and then get back into their offense.
Johns is in, and there's a nice.
Sullins,
wow,
he's got room.
Sullins has got it. If he gets that block on the corner.
Yep.
And a nice job. That was Bobby Cat, I think, that got him out of bounds. But Sullins, a nice run there, and they get out of a kind of a jam there. They were back deep, and that's a nice job by the Blazers to get out of the deep territory. They're doing a nice job of blocking, Zach.
Yeah, they are. And they are, they're big and physical up front. That's 5 carries for Sullins, 45 yards so far. Now I think they're back into what they're comfortable doing, which is spreading things out. But hey, stay in the eye. That works too.
Stay in the eye, under center. Showing blitz now, backing off. Gives the fullback this time. That is Zach Despain. That's going to be the last play of the first quarter, and a first quarter it was, Zach. After 1 quarter play, the Prairie Grove Tigers 6, the Valley View Blazers 0. We'll be back after these messages.
PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean to you? It means that you get to keep up with all your sporting events associated with Prairie Grove Athletics on a website furnished and maintained by PG Telco. It means that the folks at PG Telco have an interest in you, your kids, your school, and your community. And they're focused on progress. They're committed to bringing you the very latest in technology for your home or your office. For telephone, internet, long distance, or direct TV, think PG Telco. Built on community, focused on progress.
Well, we're getting ready to start the second half. Zach, shaping up to be exactly what we kind of expected.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a defensive game. I still think first 1 to 30, has a huge advantage. I think if the Tigers can get to 30, that's certainly to their benefit.
Well, if we can get to 20, I think I'll be happy. Here we go. Quick pass. Wow, he got a lot of room over there. He gave him a lot of room.
That's Lorenzana. He's their. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's their big play receiver.
Well, he does get a first down. We gave him a lot of cushion there. The tackle was actually made by Jack Reynolds. Valley View now on the march. Remember where this drive started, Zach? At the 3, was it not?
Yes, it was. Yeah, that's their.
There is Sullins, and Sullins. Whoa! Tripped up. Looks like he was first tripped up. Reynolds tripped him up, and then Chamberlain came and helped out. Like I said, man, Reynolds kind of tripped him up. I hope he's all right.
Well, I think Valley View's found something. I think they running out of the eye and running the power O right at the Tigers. And we've talked about it all year long. Teams that line up and just come right at them have caused them problems.
Well, it's working right now. This drive started their own 3. They're up now in Prairie Grove territory at the 48-yard line. First time they've been in Tiger territory. 2nd down and 6. Here comes the pitch. It's Sullins again, and now he's hit this time by Nick.
I don't know why you go back to that. I mean, you were having such good success running the football straight ahead.
Chamberlain, Sugg, and Reynolds all in on the tackle on Sullins. And, Sullins is going to play the whole game, whether he's quarterback and running back.
Whether he likes it or not.
Yeah.
He's 7 carries, 49 yards so far for Sullins.
He's the leading carry in the ball game for either squad. 3rd down, 6. Under center again. Now back to pass.
They're going to run the pump and go.
Bobby Cat is going to not be able to get that one.
Yeah, he played it. He had the pump. He just couldn't get the second half of it.
Lorenzana, and I hope, like you said, I hope we're
pronouncing that correctly. That's the best that I could come up with.
But that's another 1st down for the Blazers, and they're on the march. And Bobby, like you said, he wasn't in bad position that time. He just
lost the ball.
Lost the ball, and now they're going to come right up the middle. And there it is. And he breaks the tackle. Storley.
They've definitely found something.
Storley and Bobby Cat. Well, what they're doing is they're getting that 1st down, and now Tiger's going to have to make some adjustments. Valley View's made some on defense, and it's worked well for them. And now they're inside the Tiger 20, and they got 2nd and short. So they got a lot of things.
A lot of options. The entire playbook's open here, but Sullins has really picked it up here running the football. I don't know why you change.
It's time to go to the fullback.
Got the fullback loose.
And J.D. Speed comes over, but boy, this will be a very change of the game, because this drive started, remember, at their own 3. They've driven almost the length of the field, and now they're inside the 5. Or I say that they're at the 7-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 7 for the Blazers. Johns has come in after the first drive, and now he's been at the command where Sullins now at the tailback position from the eye, and they've just been pounding right at Prairie Grove. And there they go again. He's got room. He's going to get inside the 5 to about the 4.
They're getting good pressure. It's just that first wave. Sullins is making a quick step, and he's getting yards. After that first wave goes by.
Down at the 4-yard line, 2nd and 4. Diebold on the stop that time, and Blazers are knocking on the door. 6-0.
Yep, they're up to 73 yards rushing. Sullins now with, oh gosh, I'm going to have to get that for you.
Let's see. Here we go. They go with a long count. There's Sullins again. He's going to get in. He just powers his way into the end zone. And Valley View gets on the board, and we're all tied up at 6.
We haven't seen too many of those this year. That's a 97-yard drive.
97-yard drive, and that was just right at the Tigers. Well, the Tigers had the first punch in the mouth, and now they have to take one. Lincoln now up 14-0 on Malvern. So
I told you.
Extra point on the way, and that
is
looks good. That number 15, that was Reese Snell that makes the extra point. And after, well, I should say at 8:49 in the second quarter, Valley View 7, Prairie Grove 6. We'll be back after this.
PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. But what does that mean to you? It means that you get to keep up with all your sporting events associated with Prairie Grove Athletics on a website furnished and maintained by PG Telco. It means that the folks at PG Telco have an interest in you, your kids, your school, and your community. And they're focused on progress. They're committed to bringing you the very latest in technology for your home or your office. For telephone, internet, long distance, or direct TV, think PG Telco. Built on community, focused on progress.
Kick, another short kick. Sugg going to take it at the 35. Looks like they're doing a little kick. It's a little pooch kick, Zach, where they see a big gap between Prairie Grove's first little.
It's kind of like what we did to Pulaski Robinson last week.
Exactly.
Thank you to Decap for the pronunciation on Lorenzana.
Lorenzana.
Yes. If we mispronounce any other ones, just let us know. We're doing the best we can with our public school education.
We just got an update. It's snowing out there, Zach.
Really? It's not even Thanksgiving yet.
First and 10 for the Tigers, and they start their own 35. There is Logan Bartholomew.
Yeah, Logan's got room.
Logan.
Big hit.
He was hit by number 41, Caleb King, and also number 2, Hunter Elrod, but he kind of ran through him. Tigers going back to work for them on the first drive.
They've had missed opportunities here in the first quarter. I mean, they've 3 drives start inside the opponent's 50-yard line, and you come away with 6 points. Do what you do.
That's a credit to Valley View, but you and I talked about a little bit off air. You got to take advantage of those opportunities. Tigers about to go in to Blazer territory again. They're right at midfield.
There's Bobby
Cat. And Bobby Cat gets into it.
You're not bringing him down with one person.
There, Bobby Cat. Bobby Cat was hit right at the 50, and he got to the 41-yard line.
Yeah,
they're going to spot at the 42.
He is not one to go down on first contact very often.
You will see it occasionally, but like you said, not often. And the Tigers leading 7-6, or trailing 7-6, but they're driving the ball at the Blazer 42.
As I've been saying all week, just buckle in. We're going to be here till the fourth quarter. Just everybody settle down. This is going to be back and forth all night long, and there are going to be some highs, there are going to be some lows, and this is just going 4 quarters. You can book it. Oh, Nick's got room.
And they get Storley back there. Nice play, number 21.
Yeah, Nick, I had my eyes on Nick. Nick got through the line. I don't know why Jacob kept it. That's a big loss. And that puts him back to third and 4.5.
Yeah, big loss on the play.
I was watching Nick. Nick got past the 40-yard line before they realized he didn't have the ball.
Just got a text from Mitch Whitehouse showing me, hey, that's just not right to take a picture of your son with his wisdom teeth and send that out. That's just wrong. Third down and 5. 7:05 to go here in the first half. There's Nick Sugg. Nick is going to power his way. He's short.
He's short.
The question is, what do you do here, Zach?
Yeah.
I don't see the punting team.
No,
this is a big play.
This is a big play. You just had the ball, taken down the field on you. And you better be sure. You better
have the play that you want. You better have it right.
It's raining here in the press box. Just FYI. Maybe you try and draw them off.
I think you go for it here. This is huge right here. It's 4th down 2 Tigers.
And they're going to throw it. Oh, Nick. And
he's not going to make it.
Close.
Nice. Nick Sugg is dropped. Aaron Price was open deep. They didn't go that route. And Valley View, big defensive play there.
That's a big play. It's a good play. They read it right.
Now Valley View, the momentum. Prairie Grove had the momentum easily first quarter, and this has changed dramatically.
Yeah, Prairie Grove's got to get a stop here.
We have an update in Lincoln score. Lincoln now only leaving 14-7. Valley View with the ball, and this is a big drop for Valley View. Valley View, remember, deferred the second half, so they get the ball to start the second half. So this could be a critical drive. Tigers need to bulk up on defense. Valley View, there
or
is
the same.
Sullins, he's going to pick up 4 yards.
No, it's not complicated. It's a line up in the eye, and you run the power O right at them.
But, hey, you know what? If it's working, you don't stop.
Don't fix it if it ain't broken. That's something I've noticed just watching them. If they find something, they'll continue to go after it again and again and again, and I think they found something that they like.
Just go do it.
Here it comes again.
And another first down. They just pounding their way. Yeah. That's Sullins again.
And they're doing a heck of a job blocking down the field. You're seeing Sullins get hit, but then there's nobody else around him. They're continuing to block down the field, and they've gotten to the second level. The guys, Nodier and Reynolds are getting to that second level. We haven't called J.D. Speed's name much.
No, we haven't.
J.D.'s usually everywhere.
Well, now they're going to go. They'll come right back. Tigers almost jumped. Now plenty of time there. Zach, you watched a lot of film. Did they not line up a lot under center than what you watched?
Not everything. I mean, I saw a little bit of it. I haven't seen them go this extensively.
Wow. He slipped a little bit that time, but he's slippery.
There you go.
He was hit by.
This is, I mean, just in what I saw, this isn't their MO. They'll spread you out, and the weather may have something to do with it. It is cold, it is windy.
Or they could have seen some other things like this is what works against them. Let's line up and do it.
Gravett had a lot of success doing that. Just run right at them.
Jamison Huckabee hitting first. 2nd down and 10 for Valley View. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. They lead. The Valley View Blazers lead 7-6. 2nd and 10. Here comes.
We got a timeout.
Timeout, Valley View. Let's take the timeout with them with 4:50 to go in the first half. Valley View 7, Prairie Grove 6.
Everett Chevrolet is the home of the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size truck on the road today, the Chevy Silverado. And the 2014 Silverado has been totally redesigned, and it's better than ever before. And right now, the selection of Silverados at Everett Chevrolet has never been better. 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, extended cab, crew cabs, and every color you can imagine with options to die for. So make the short drive to Everett Chevrolet just off of I-540 at Elm Springs Road. Family-owned, customer-friendly, Everett Chevrolet.
Okay, Zach, I'm looking at the Valley View fans are starting to light up our comments page. Mike Hawk cheering. Great job, Nick, on the stop. And someone called Blue said huge stop, and that was a huge stop. Put the Blazers in good position. It's now 2nd down and 10 for the Blazers. They call a timeout. They must have saw something they're going for. Reynolds showing blitz, going to turn.
Same play.
Yeah, nice job that time. That's going to be Jack Reynolds.
Again.
He's going to pick up 3 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 7. And now an interesting play here from the Blazers as they approach 4.5 minutes to go here in the first half.
Sullen so far 14 carries, 79 yards. He does have the touchdown run. The Blazers approaching 100 yards rushing here in the first half, something, again, we don't see very often. Tigers giving up 113 a game.
Now it's 3rd down.
Now you got to watch. You got to watch the little pop pass, the stop. They're giving Lorenzana a lot of room up there. It's a reverse
and a fumble. They're going to get him deep.
That's what the Tigers needed.
Wow, they need a little break there, and a big play as Jackson Diebold gets. You said it's Lorenzana. Boy, I'm killing it. I apologize to Valley View fans already, but big play there, and so.
I mean, I guess the Valley View fans can kill me for this, but, I mean, why do you run that play there? I mean, why? I mean, you're getting 5 and 6 yards running your power. Oh, why?
Yeah.
That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Sullen's to punt. Well, they wanted to mix it up a little bit, I think. It was 3rd and long, and, I mean, we had stopped them a couple plays there in a row. So
you're getting that kind of yards. That I don't understand, but, hey, that's why I'm up here.
4th down. Good snap, and... Whew. Wow, that's a good punt. Bobby Cat's going to take it.
That's a guy we want to see get the football.
Bobby can get by one. Yeah. Bobby gets by one. Bobby gets not by the second one.
That's a heck of a kick.
Despain brings him down. And he's going to be brought down just past the 20, somewhere around the 21-22. We'll see where they spot it. 3:11 to go here. Tigers probably need to hang on to this and not give it back because Valley View gets it to start the second half.
Yeah, now would be a good time to get that running game cranked up. Tigers so far 20 carries, 105 yards. They've only tried the one pass. That was on the 4th down. It's exactly what I expected. 7-6. It's going to be a game that's going into the 4th quarter, and we might as well just buckle up because that's where we're heading. Hope you brought your Tums, Rolaids, or Prilosec because we're going to need them.
Well. 3:11 to go here in the first half. Here is Nick Suggs. Suggs, wow, he got hit. Burks on that stop. Jay Burks was there. Nick may have got a yard. I think we need to get back on the corner again with Logan.
They're going to speed it up a little bit.
There is
comes
Logan. Logan's got JD Speed. JD Speed to the 45.
Yeah.
He's brought down by number 32.
You know, this is
Harrison
something
Cobble.
This is something Prairie Grove hasn't shown is a little tempo to their wing tee. The wing tees should traditionally go back, huddle up, and run your next play, but they're gonna show a little tempo. I like it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Sainer. He has been open all night. Yep, and they're going to speed it up again.
Tigers are going quick.
Yep, Nick's got the first down.
He's got the first down inside the 45. But the Tigers, here's the thing, Zach. Tigers have been in this part of the field a lot tonight.
They really have.
It gets tough.
And now we got a stoppage here.
First down, just to move the chains.
Just to move the chains, yeah.
2:14, but the Tigers are moving quick. They've got all 3 timeouts. I'd like to see him score a touchdown with 3 zeros left.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Okay, here's Storley.
Yep, here it comes.
Bobby Cat. Yeah, Bobby Cat's got room. Bobby Cat.
I'll tell you what, they are not identifying that play real well.
35-yard line of the Blazers. So the Tigers have, we've been down to this 44. Now the 35 is. This is where we need to get something going here.
Now here's something new. We're going to go 5 wide.
5 wide for the Tigers. Storley looks, throws,
easy
complete.
Throw, Bobby Cat.
Oh, Bobby Cat is not able to hang on, so it's going to be third down and a long yard to go.
He was open. Valley View did not adjust to that real well. They still had 6 or 7 guys in the box. Bobby was wide open.
1:45 to go. Third and a long yard.
I don't know that throwing the ball on a night like this is necessarily in Prairie Grove's best interest. This is weather's a little rough.
Boy, the extra point could loom large tonight.
It's looming large right now. it's looming large right now.
Yeah.
What do you like here, Coach?
I'd go. Heck, if you got a yard, this is 4-down territory. You just go up the middle twice. I mean, if you can't make it in a yard twice, you don't deserve to get it.
Take a home run shot. No,
Nick Sugg. That's
Kate Upton right there.
Yeah, never a bad
idea to give the ball to Nick.
Now they're going to line up quick.
This hurry-up offense is messing with the stats department. There you go, JD Speed.
JD Speed inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line. JD Speed. A minute and a half to go here in the first half. Tigers, this hurry-up. Zach, we haven't seen this hurry-up all year long.
Ever. This is new.
And now a timeout.
Yeah, Valley View is going to take a chance to regroup.
They're going to need to take the timeout. They're going to regroup. You're exactly right. Let's take the timeout with them. With a minute and a half to go here in the first. Tigers trail 6-7. We'll be back after this.
Life can come at you from a lot of different directions, and you need to be prepared with the proper insurance. Let John Galligan of the Galligan Insurance Alliance make sure that you, your loved ones, and your home and all that's near and dear to you is properly covered. You see, the Galligan Insurance Alliance is an independent insurance agent and allows him the flexibility to shop the very best policy at the very best price, and this gives you the coverage and the peace of mind that you need at the rate that fits your budget. It's the best case scenario when it comes to covering all that is near and dear to you. Check them out on Facebook or drop by the website GalliganInsuranceAlliance.com. And you can always call 479-282-0605, 479-282-0605, the Galligan Insurance Alliance.
And Zach, some more from the comments page. T. Bryan, Coach Cockrell's brother, watching from Waco, Texas. Go Blazers. Awesome broadcast. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Prairie Grove, let's go Tigers. This is our turf. Nora, go Tigers. Chris J. Blazers, let's stop them. Boy, I love it.
We're big in Jonesboro right now. We are huge.
This is the best night in Jonesboro we've ever had. Should have sold some advertisement down in Jonesboro.
You know what the hurry-up has done is it hasn't let Valley View set up their blitz. They were bringing guys out of the secondary, and the faster Prairie Grove goes, they can't read their keys, they can't find out who's getting the ball, and it's upset their blitz.
First and goal from the 9, a minute and a half. Tigers with all 3 timeouts, which I think is very important. From the eye, JD Speed, he's hitting the backfield. Big stop there, number 66. That is Colby Hill.
I'll ask the question.
6'3", 262. He's
just a pup.
He's just a pup.
He's just a pup.
Compared to Burks. A mere cub. Here we go. Minute 12. Now Storley, he rolls. Wow, he's knocked all the way back to the 20, and Storley you got to get rid of that.
You got to get rid of that. Just put it up and get it in. Throw it in.
Well, that's
the third
a big
row.
stop. Whoever was asking for the stop there from the Blazers, they're getting it. I mean, the Tigers have lost 10 yards, and now it's third down from the 19-yard line.
I mean, your third and goal. That's that's a killer.
Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, they're not blocking.
What
right now.
A defensive stance. We went from the 9-yard line, just inside the 10, all the way back to the 25. The big play. Storley needed to get rid of that. That was
that was a killer. But I mean, now you're fourth and goal here. I think you let the clock run down to 2 or 3 seconds here. Call a timeout and figure out what you're going to do.
Well, I don't think we're out of field goal range here, and that's
field goal range. I mean, I'm not sure what they're doing here, but we're under 10 seconds.
Well, heck, and that's gonna end the first half, and the Blazers make a huge stop at the end of the half. The Tigers got inside the 10. The Blazers make the stop. That's going to do it for halftime. The score: the Valley View Blazers 7, the Prairie Grove Tigers 6. Impressed with the defense from the Valley View Blazers. We'll be back at halftime. You guys are going to do a segment of This Week in the Grove. So our East Lab students are going to do a segment of This Week in the Grove. We'll be back. Zach and I'll be back with stats after half.
Our playground is sad and old. Whoever gets the most boxes for the animals wins. It's important for the community to get involved.
We want our community to rally for recess, to improve outdoor play, and to promote a healthy lifestyle. Kids need you to go to your local grocery store, purchase Danimals yogurt drinks, and send the boxes to any of the Prairie Grove schools. For more information, please go to rallyforrecess.com. Thank you for your continued support for the Prairie Grove School District.
David's not even out of Dallas yet. He's not through Dallas. No, they're still in Dallas. They haven't made it out of Dallas yet. The traffic's not moving.
It's tough for her, I guess.
Halftime here at the game, we're down by 1, 7-6.
Well, I can't really hang the lights down.
My name's Austin Cunningham.
My name's Andy Davis.
And we're going to be with you once again for This Week in the Grove. Well, you saw a second ago right before our Palm Squad performed. I didn't realize they were performing this week, so our video kind of cut through about half of their performance. But before that, if you tuned in with us last week, that is the same video that we showed last week that we helped the kids down at the intermediate school produce. And basically what's going on there is we just passed a millage recently to build an entirely new primary intermediate school type thing. And so these kids are like, hey, this equipment, we don't need this equipment again. So what we need to do is raise some money to help out and get a better playground. So basically what they're doing is they went online and figured out that Danimals is doing this Rally for Recess competition, which is basically you go to your local grocery store, pick up the little Danimals yogurt drinks with the participating logos on the label, bring them to any of the Prairie Grove schools, and we'll handle it from there. What that does is the 3 top schools with the most money, or most boxes, gets $100,000 to use on a new playground. How awesome is that?
It's pretty sweet, Austin.
And I mean, these kids have totally brought this up themselves, and they've just taken initiative to do this, and so we were more than happy to help them with it.
I know I'll be playing on it.
This week in the Grove, we had some visitors from the Harbor and Springdale East programs, both. We will next week hopefully have a video for the Veterans Project that we'll hopefully be collaborating with them. We couldn't get it to format right this week, so next week we're going to work on that a whole bunch and get that ready to go. But, I mean, it was awesome having them here all day long, showing them what we do, having them explain to us about what they do. And, I mean, we went to see them a while back, a few weeks ago, to kind of see how their program runs and works.
Yeah, so they came in beginning of the day. I got to hang out with them all day. It was kind of fun getting to meet Harbor and Springdale. What we did pretty much was we got a chance to show them our green room, which is kind of a big part of Prairie Grove right now. We're finally got a professional wall going instead of that screen that was called, wrinkly and old.
We're the real deal now, folks.
Yeah, we got to show them around in there. We got to take them. We got to have lunch with them. We got them some Jim's Razorback pizza, which they've never had Prairie Groves before.
Little taste of Prairie Grove right there.
Yeah, we had a good day. We got to show them around the school. We got to show them our new East Core labs, which is, people don't know, East Core is a pretty new thing going on right now. I think last year was the first year it was really established.
Yeah, last year was the first year. We went to a conference last year, and there was only a handful of schools.
5 schools.
Yeah, that did, and Prairie Grove was one of those that did that.
Cool, we got an award for it.
Basically what East Core is it's a new concept that they're incorporating the self-directed learning that goes with East into core classes like geometry and biology. This year they've moved up to Algebra 2 and chemistry, which is really cool to get that going and get that started.
And more kids in the classroom.
Definitely. And I mean, we've got the technology for it in our brand new lab that they built us.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome.
It's been pretty cool, Austin. It's been a good week so far. It's been kind of peaceful, quiet. I think I had my first English test in a good while, actually. We've been doing a lot of working on one of our papers seniors have to do, and then we did some Canterbury Tales. So it was a pretty good week. So I think you have something you want us to talk about here?
Yeah, I do. There's this thing going on this next Saturday, December 7th. Or is it next Saturday or the Saturday after?
I think it's the Saturday after.
Either way, it's Saturday, December 7th, the Hometown Holiday Craft Fair at Prairie Grove High School. That's taking place from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And like I said, it's a craft fair, $1 admission fee for adults, and all proceeds go to the class of 2014 project graduation. And I know you're definitely interested in that. Project graduation, pay for you guys to go do some cool stuff.
I'm kind of hoping it's been like every year. I'm kind of hoping we get to go to Fast Lane and rent that place out. Because I mean, to be honest with you, Austin, I go every week anyway. There's a lot, so we're usually there anyway. It'd be nice not to have to pay so much to go there, though.
You're a child at heart. Hey, you like to play.
I do. You know what? I'm also the one that likes to play golf in the cold. So
yeah, that doesn't make much sense to me. Going out with Danny, 30 degrees outside, playing 18 holes of golf. Some people are just crazy like that.
You know you love it.
I love it.
I think we need to give a shout out today our tech department. We don't have Ray here today, which is kind of different.
We don't have Ray, which is sad.
Yeah, I know you're watching, Ray, so we miss you. But
we miss you. He's in Conway at a Google convention, I believe, is what it is.
Some kind of Google learning. So I hope you guys are enjoying that down there. Come back and teach us some more things.
We also need to give a big shout out to our camera crew.
Yeah, they're cold.
They're really cold. It is raining and it is just cold and the wind's blowing, and they're up there toughing it out, just doing what they do, working their little fingers to the icy bone. Yeah, they're tough as nails up there, and we're sitting down here in the luxury of a press box.
Half-heated press box.
Half-heated press box. I mean, I've got walls protecting me from the wind and rain. I'm happy. I feel bad for these guys.
And we got them hand warmers, but they don't seem to be doing too much up there with 20-something degrees.
Hand warmers do not keep them dry.
But
that's not in the description.
Very nice person that came with us, Jake McBride, our announcer,
Oh, yeah.
brought a little portable heater, which I can see one of our people over here already enjoying.
Huddling over it.
So,
and I mean, if you take a look out in the stands, Danny, this is a bigger turnout than I expected for tonight.
Yeah, especially with the school 5 hours away from us.
For real. They left. We talked to some of the coaches earlier, and they left at like 9:30 this morning.
Had 2 stops. They got to practice at Fayetteville High School today in their new indoor.
Yeah, they got to practice indoors, so that's kind of cool for them.
Awesome. I'm seeing the rain now.
Yeah, it's coming down out there. I feel bad for those boys. They're going to have to move around a lot to stay warm.
But yeah. I mean, it's been a pretty exciting game so far. So we've seen a lot of good plays, a lot of action. I mean, I would not say going into this game that we'd be this close to each other.
I didn't think so either. We're keeping up a lot better than I thought I would. Seen some good stuff out of players like Logan Bartholomew and
Bobby Cat.
Kate Upton, as Zach calls Nick Sugg. Seen some good plays out of him. We've seen a little bit out of JD here. JD in the last little bit.
I was surprised he got. I mean, they looked like it took a really hit there.
There's been some rough hits.
Well, I mean, guys, like I said, this show's a little short. Actually, it's about normal. It just seems short because our band's not performing today. Probably with the brain and everything. Don't want them out there and getting sick. But man, it's been pretty fun. Also, like I said, we should give our big camera.
Give our camera crew a shout out. Give everyone a shout out that's working with us. It was cool to meet the guy who kind of started this thing earlier. He came up and talked with Lynn and Zach, and
yeah, it was pretty.
That's definitely cool to get to meet him. I mean, we're here because he started. He started it like, hey, it'd be kind of cool that everyone could see this. So that's where we're at now because of him.
Austin, every time we end a show, I always kind of give a little Go K-State kind of thing.
Go ahead and get it out of the way.
I'm not going to say. That's one of the, if people don't know why I say it, because I'm a big K-State fan. Austin is, don't know, bowl eligible, so I guess that's my Go K-State.
They'll let anybody into a bowl.
Wow.
All right, well, everybody stay warm. This has been This Week in the Grove. I'm Austin Cunningham.
I'm Dan Davis. Austin may not be here next week now.
Austin will be here next week. We'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.
Well, Zach, we're coming back on the air a little bit here, and what an interesting first half. A little bit what we thought. Weather's gotten, hopefully the weather will, if it's going to get bad, it's getting bad right now in the half, and maybe subside a little bit when we start the second half.
I know you took a walk at halftime, and I took a walk at halftime. It is raining hard, and it is cold.
It is cold.
It is
raining
cold.
Hard, which now turnovers will become, something to think about for the second half. Can you hang on to the football?
I mean, given everything in the first half, I mean, teams did reasonably well. There was only one fumble. That was on the center exchange. The backs have held onto the ball well. You had the interception. But other than that, the team's really done a nice job hanging onto the football.
Yeah, and I think, though, from what we saw in the first half, what we saw in the second, what was happening at halftime, I think, was a little more than what we saw during the game. I mean, it kind of picked up right there at the end of the half.
Yeah, we'll see what Valley View does to adjust. I don't know if Prairie Grove's going to go back. I'd assume we're going to see the tempo again. We'll see how Valley View adjusts to that. I mean, statistically, Valley View's got 117 yards in the first half. Prairie Grove 159. I think we kind of expected that. Valley View's got 79 rushing, 38 passing. Prairie Grove's 149 on the ground, 10 through the air. Penalties have been minimal. I think we had the 1 6-yard penalty, and then other than that, there really hasn't been anything. Third down conversions, talked about that in the pregame. Prairie Grove 1 out of 5, Valley View's 1 out of 4. Prairie Grove's gone for it 3 times already on fourth down. They're converting over 50% during the season on fourth down. They're 1 out of 3 so far. They're right at 50% on third down conversions during the year, 20% tonight. So
and we talked about at the start. I mean, Valley View has a good defense. They're known for that. And they've done it. You made an interesting observation during half as we were looking at the stats, and one of the things that you said was that you take out. I mean, the 97-yard drive was a great drive by Valley View. Take nothing away from that, but if you take that away, they have 20 yards.
They have 20 yards, yeah.
So other than that play, that was or not that play, that drive, Valley View is.
Yeah, and there's been some really head-scratching calls in the first half, from both coaching staffs. I mean, on the 3rd and 7, but right before Prairie Grove got the ball on the last drive, they run the wide receiver reverse. Why? Why do you run it there? That just didn't. I mean, you were pounding away. You were getting 3 or 4 yards. I mean, you could have set up a 4th and short there, and then when Prairie Grove gets in, first and goal at the 10, they haven't been in the eye all night. All of a sudden they go to the eye. Then they're trying to throw the ball. It just. In a game like this with weather like this, keep it simple. Do what you do. Give it to Nick, give it to Logan, give it to JD. Let them do their thing. Keep them where they're comfortable. But 7-6 at halftime, it's a football game. I mean, again, I think we're going to be, I think we're going to be here all night. Through 4 quarters for sure.
No doubt, and both teams, are playing well. They're playing strong. You expect a close game. When you get to the second round of state playoffs, you're down, you're getting
None of these teams are bad.
No.
there isn't a bad team in the bunch.
No, you're down to, you're down essentially to the 16 teams. And you get down to the top 16 teams in the state, you would expect a dogfight. If you're not getting into a dogfight here,
something's wrong.
Something's wrong. So you expect this kind of game. Our friends from Lincoln, they're probably happy here at halftime. I believe they're leading 21-7, and so they have to be happy.
I
with
told
that.
you those 7-4A or the 7-4A teams, they don't like they don't like the big physical teams, and that's Lincoln's just a bad matchup for Malvern.
One thing I would say, I agree with you on the physicality of Lincoln. I wouldn't call them necessarily big. They're they're physical. I mean, they've
got good size, and they will come up and hit you. Even their smallest guy will come up and hit you.
That's what I mean. They're just. I like a team that's very physical, regardless of size. That's the thing that I noticed with them.
And it's not a style that Malvern sees very much. I mean, offensively, Lincoln's kind of like them, but defensively, I mean, they're just gonna line up and come right at you, and that's what we're getting here. And I told you during halftime, this is just something. They're doing things. The Prairie Grove's doing things that they don't normally do. Some of it Valley View is forcing, some of it self-inflicted. Prairie Grove doesn't turn the ball over very much, and to see them turn the ball over is a rare occasion. And credit to Valley View, they're playing very well. 7-6 at halftime. We're going to get. It's going to be a hoot here in the second half. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, the Valley View coaches are behind us. They're getting ready to go back up on top. They're dressed warmly for the occasion. We'll have about 3 minutes here before we start. Zach, I'm going to go to the PG Tigers Online. A lot of comments. I know. We are blowing up.
We could run for mayor over there right now.
Jonesboro, yeah. So Jonesboro, they were really lighting it up. Huge stop. Also, huge stop from Valley View. Let's see, we have Nancy and Annette Whitehouse. They're watching. They're saying good luck, Tigers. Great job, Blazers, from Chris J. Blazer, you made a comment earlier on Valley View playing PG. You're absolutely right. Always enjoyed watching the two matchup, especially volleyball. Great program you have. Thank you for those kind words. Watching from Sumter, South Carolina, home to the U.S. Army Central Command. Go Tigers, Mike Dillingham. And someone makes a great Sandman 518. I like this. Great stop, Blazers. Good job, commentators. I think Prairie Grove had 12 on the field last play. Maybe.
And, didn't help. It didn't help at all.
Dawn Dodd wanted to make sure we got Casey and Samantha some hot chocolate. So we'll
get them all some hottie toddies.
Yeah, they'll be fine. We're trying to rotate them, keep them all warm. So that's going to do it from the comments page. Zach, we got 2:23 to go here. Valley View making their way onto the field. Tigers making theirs. Stretching out.
If you can be thrilled with a 1-point lead, I think Valley View's just thrilled with the 1-point lead. And the Tigers look frustrated, to be honest with you. I mean, they've been inside the 30-yard line 4 times and come away with 6 points.
But the reason that you would be thrilled, think about it. Prairie Grove's been on their side of the field a lot, and have 6 points. So if you're Valley View, it's like, well, heck, you've been on our side of the field, you're not doing anything with it. You've got to be thrilled with that. I mean, Prairie Grove, I don't believe they should, so I'm not saying, they should have this. Prairie Grove could easily have 20, 21 points, and they're sitting at 6. So great job by Valley View. They tighten up whenever Prairie Grove's gotten into that side of the field, so you credit them for that. On the other side, it's not like Prairie Grove's played bad defense tonight.
No, they have not.
They gave up one big drive that started at the 97, or started at the 3. It was a 97-yard drive. So they've done an excellent job as well. So good defensive battle, kind of what we expected.
This first drive of the second half is going to be huge. For both teams. If Valley View can get points out of it, I think an 8-point lead or even a 7-point lead at this point is really. I mean, it's almost like being 2 scores up.
Well, I think what happens here for Valley View, Valley View takes because of the momentum they got from the stop. Prairie Grove drove that last 3-4 minutes. They got inside it. It was a perfect scenario. You're going to run the clock all the way down to nothing. You're going to score. You're going to go in with a lead, and then they step up big, make the stops that they need to make. And what happens at that point, then you get all that momentum. You take the opening drive and score, and boy, the air may go out of the quick.
You've really. I mean, if you're Prairie Grove defensively, you've got to get a stop, and it's got to be. You can't have them go 5-6 plays, get it over midfield, pin you back deep. This has got to be 3 plays and out, and let's get back on offense. But I think Coach Absher will adopt the Pat Riley philosophy here, which is shorten your bench. You're going to see 26, 23, and 7, and I don't think you're going to. And JD will get the ball as well. I think those 4 guys, and that's it.
Right. Well. 27 seconds here to go before we start the second half, and boy, this is going to be a barn burner for the second half.
You know what's funny is on the first 2 drives of the game, Logan had 5 carries. Since then, just 1. Jacob's having a tough night. I mean, he's really struggling. He's 2 of 4 passing for 10 yards.
And he hadn't made the best decisions we've seen him make all year.
No, his longest run of the night's 2 yards. He's 5 carries for negative 17 yards. He's been sacked twice. Nick's really carrying the mail thus far. 10 carries, 48 yards. Logan's got 6 for 50. Bobby's got the 4 carries for 34 yards. JD's got 4 for 34. So, I mean, Prairie Grove's moving the ball on the ground. They're averaging 5-1 per carry.
The stops are coming at
very critical moments.
And that's a credit, again, to the Blazers. The Blazers are going to be prepared to receive the kick. Big kickoff here for the Tigers.
Yeah, this is not what Prairie Grove does particularly well. They have had some issues in the kick coverage game, so I would expect, like we saw after the touchdown, to see a pooch and try and cover it as fast as you can. You ready, partner?
We're getting ready to go here, and
I don't think it's time for Prairie Grove to get nuts. You can see Coach Absher down here. He's telling them where to put it. Coach Absher's standing down here at the 25-yard line, waving to JD to put it right here.
And it's going to be dropped. It dropped.
It's a football.
It's loose. It's on the Blazers get it at 35.
Hey, you know what? That'll work. I'm sure there were some hearts on the far sideline beating a little quicker. The ball's going to be hard to handle.
Lorenzana got that at the 35. 1st and 10, so that's just almost like kicking it out of bounds, Zach. So you either kick it out of bounds or there. Tigers, almost got there.
Yeah. Sam Dodd was close, or maybe that was Blake.
Noah Johns is in. He's been since the first series. He's been there. Sullins has moved to the eye back, essentially the tailback position, and that's where they start again. And
they're in the eye. I wonder what's coming.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you're Valley View. So first and 10. They may be some movement. No movement. Hit in the backfield. He
Jack
breaks the
Reynolds.
tackle.
Good play, Brandon Nodier.
Nodier, first hit by Reynolds. That slowed him down, and Nodier comes and stops. Maybe picked up a foot on the play.
And Jack made a great play on that, busting up the offensive line. I think you're going to see if they go into the eye, I think you're going to see at least Jack coming, maybe Jack and Brandon coming.
What we have to be careful of on that is you got to be careful of the pulling and looking at Lorenzana.
You know, I'm really surprised that they haven't tried to throw it a little bit more. I mean, they've got really good receivers.
Well, they got Bartholomew on Lorenzana over there on the far
That's a
side
change
of the
because
field.
Bobby's been shadowing him. He moved,
I believe.
Yeah.
Yep, 66 is going to move there. Just, I think he saw that blitz coming, did Colby Hill, and he moved a little bit. So that's
now let's see how long the penalty is.
Well, they got
the last
like
false start penalty was 6 yards. This one,
they'll get this one right.
Yeah.
Actually, they're going to get a 5 yard and a foot because they're going to place it on 30, and they had it just. I'm telling. They got a 5 and a foot. We had a 6 yard penalty, so
that's first penalty of the night against Valley View.
I'm telling you, I mean, all due to the officials. I know the best they can, but it's playoff time. You got to get this stuff right.
Here comes the play action.
John's looking, throwing.
Take a shot.
Uh-oh. We were lucky there.
Logan fell down.
Logan fell down. That was like a wounded duck. I mean, I think with the ball may have been slippery, just slipped out of his hand.
I'm watching the flag here. The wind's gusting. If you're as you're watching it, it's gusting across the field from the home side to the far side, and it's probably gusting anywhere from 5 to 15 miles an hour.
Okay, 3rd down and 15, and Tigers need a stop here. And Valley View wanted to keep that momentum they got right there at the half. They're in the eye. Here they come. The Tigers coming, and they hit.
Oh, man. Good play, Bobby Cat.
They're going to stop him.
He'll get 10, but that'll leave him 5 yards short.
10 yards, and the penalty.
Boy,
hurt.
I don't know about you, but my heart just stopped.
I did too.
I thought he had more room than he did.
It was a nice play by Bobby Cat.
Nick had a shot at him. He had a shot at him in the backfield. Clean shot. Just missed the tackle.
Nice. Sullivan's not easy to bring down.
No, he is very, very slippery.
Well, it's 4th down and 5, so it looks like
Tigers got what they wanted.
Yeah, they got
3 and out.
Then back on deep by himself this time is just Bartholomew. We usually see him and Cat both.
They're coming a little. It looks like they're coming. Whew. Not a good kick.
And that's going to roll out of bounds right about the 41-yard line.
They came with some pressure, and he rushed it a little bit, and he did not get much on it.
Well, Tigers got what they wanted in that possession. They got a 3 and out. Well, I should say a 4 and out because it was a penalty, but but they got the stop that they wanted, and now they get the ball with not so good of a punt there.
That was a 19-yard punt.
So the Tigers are going to start first. But as we said earlier, Tigers have had good field position most of the night.
Yeah, they really have
not capitalized. And you, again, credit the Blazers for their defense.
Let's see what changes or adjustments they've made.
Well, I would go back to what's been working. And it didn't work that time, though. Nice job.
Good defensive play.
Colby Hill made a stop. That's a key. If he got by Hill that time, there was room.
Yeah, there was. It was just great backside pressure. They didn't block it on the backside, and Logan plants that left foot on the and starts the cut. I mean, he's gone. I mean, if he's got room, he's gone. But great backside pressure and
nice play there by.
Now you're behind the chains again, and this is not where Prairie grows real comfortable.
Nick's hang on to the ball. It was slippery. You see Nick, he was having a hard time hanging on to it that time.
Yeah, I'm watching the rain is really coming down.
Rain's coming down. It's cold.
It's freezing. It is freezing out there. I just checked my phone. It's 34 degrees and raining.
Third down, and I'm going to call it 8 for the Tigers here. And we're down to 9 minutes to go here in the third, 7-6. Boy, with this. They're probably going to look. I bet they're looking for Bobby Cat.
No, I think you're going to see the waggle pass, looking for Dillon across the middle.
Got to get rid of it. He does. Bobby Cat incomplete, and now the Tigers are going to have to punt. So both teams go 3 and out on their first possessions, and
yeah, that play didn't have much of a chance. He tried to get that up and over the defender. The defender undercut it and did a nice job keeping Bobby from the football.
Well, I think what you're seeing here, Zach, from a standpoint of when the Tigers get behind the chain on second down, they're not that kind of football team.
Nope, not at all.
They're very much, you see some of the power teams in the SEC. You see them, they like that second and 5, second and 6. And Tigers, when they have second and 15, that's not where they like to start. Bad snap.
Oh, JD's down. Yep, JD went down to field the snap, and he is down.
That's just like a block punt almost.
Yeah, it is. That's a tough break.
So wow. That's considered a loss too, Zach.
Yeah, that's not. That's a tough break.
So Valley View gets a huge break. They've got the ball at the Tiger 30, and the defense is going to step up. They need to do it now. Boy, there's a wide open hole there, and the Tigers plug that up. They're going to go back to Sullins, and they wrap him up. Blake Falk on the tackle.
Yeah, Prairie Grove's the adjustment they've made is they're bringing the safeties up. They're playing one high. They were playing too high in the first half. Now they're bringing that safety up to see if they can plug up the power O.
But Valley View made a huge stop just before the half. The Tigers need this stop here after that. Very costly. Oh, just fumble on the play.
Oh, you can't have that. Whew, that's a very alert play by Despain. Very alert play.
John's hobbling a little bit on that one. Number 1 ended up with it and just picked it up and started running. He picks up a nice carry. I mean, a nice gain. It's going to make it 3rd down and 4. So the Blazers are definitely going to have 2 downs here to pick up.
Yeah, that was an alert play by Despain. He's the fullback. John's dropped the snap, about the same spot Jacob dropped the snap. But good alert play and wound up getting a couple of yards out of it.
Now they're going.
Good play, but got away.
He got away. He's going to score. He may just score. He's inside the 10.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting good penetration. They're making that first hit, but nobody's wrapping up when you get them. I'm going to mark him down at the 6. It's an 18-yard run when you had him stop 3 yards in the backfield.
So 2 big plays there. I think Despain is really what made that set up, because if you stop that on the slip fumble, you're going to have 3rd down and 8. You're probably in a passing situation. Instead, they were able to run the ball, and Sullins gets it down to 7.
Hey, Cowbell's back.
I have not heard Cowbell in a while. Sullins.
Who he's starting to remind me of? It's a kid from Pea Ridge. His name's eluding me at the moment, but it's just every time you hand him the ball, it's 3 yards, it's 4 yards. Then he busts one for 5 or 6.
He just got 5 there. Well, this drive started at the Prairie Grove 30 after a bad snap. JD had to go down to get the punt. His knee hit when he did it, and that gave him great field position.
On the run 2 plays ago, Sullins goes over 100 yards, 19 carries, 110, and a score tonight.
And I wouldn't count out that he may not pick up another one here. It's 2nd down on the 5-yard line. 6:45 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Blazers lead. They're looking to add to it, 7-6.
I think they got Brandon.
So they're going to get a half a distance, so it's going to be at the 2.5. So now get a fresh 25-second clock to go. And Blazers look like they're going to add to the lead here, Zach. It's 2nd down, goal from, I'd say, the 2.5.
It's just one of those things. I mean, you set them up, and Valley View's a good team. They're going to take advantage of stuff like this. I mean, not a surprise that he's got the ball. I think he's in. Nope. Nope.
How about you go back to your stand? Sullins on that carry for
the third down and a yard, and they're they're going to sneak fumble.
He did not.
He's hitting the backfield.
Nice play.
And a big play that time. Despain picked it up that time, but waiting for him. I believe that was 52 for the Tigers, Dakota Hutchinson.
Where'd they mark him back to? The 6?
So that was a big play.
Ooh, that's a big one. I mean, are you going to go?
I imagine we may see it though. I don't see a field goal team coming on.
Nope. You know, I was watching them during pre-games. They got a kicker who's got a decent leg, but
they're not. We don't see him.
Yeah, this is. Do you think they run it?
Wow, this is big. This is wow.
Well, they're going to throw. And they stopped them.
And the Tigers get a huge. Both teams tonight with big stops on the defensive side.
Stahlbaum, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He beat Bobby to the inside. Ball's just thrown too hard.
Boy, both teams make big stops tonight.
Wow. That was huge. I mean, he was open. The ball hit him in the hands. I mean, a ball, wet night, cold night, ball's wet. I mean, you got to take a little bit off that. If he's that wide open, he beat Bobby to the inside. Bobby was real close to intercepting that, too. I mean, as the ball came through, Bobby got his hands on it.
I'll make a comment after this play, Zach. It's something I read this week. Nick Sugg, he maybe get a yard or two. I saw some, on the Fearless Friday, you see a lot of commentary. I saw some people talking about the weather. I think it's affected the game.
Oh, yeah. I don't think there's any question that it has certainly played, playing a role in it.
And, man, Nick may have got a couple of feet there. He didn't get much at all. So it's 2nd down and 9 for the Tigers. And we're almost through the 3rd quarter. We're almost to that 4th and final quarter. The Tigers opened up this game with a drive, drove right down 73 yards, and the Tigers have not. They've moved the ball between the 40s.
Here comes JD.
JD stays on his feet.
Good play.
Wow, he did. He stayed on his feet. He's going to be close to first. He may be just short, but it was a nice play there by JD to keep.
Yeah, I mean, they had it stopped. I mean, they had him stopped at the 6-yard line, and JD kept his balance, got a couple extra yards out of that.
Well, it's going to be 3rd down and a long 3 for the Tigers. 4 minutes. Essentially, we're hitting the 4-minute mark. The Tigers need a first down here.
Yeah, they do. They need to get this thing out of, they need to get it out past the 20.
Wow, we've got to. They're coming. JD
again, nothing.
No, he got nothing there.
JD Speed with the carry for the Tigers.
4th down, and now this time when the Tigers punt, you got to have a good snap this time.
Yeah, you got to have a good snap this time, and you got to get a good kick out of here because the way the wind's blowing. I mean, it's going straight across the field. If you're watching this on the computer here, it's going from the home side to the far side, and it's probably going 15, 20 miles an hour. And Valley View's going to send back Stahlbaum.
Need a good snap here. Again, it was low again. JD gets it away and a good punt.
Good kick.
He's going to drop. Nope. No, he's hit at the 50.
Nick.
And now
Good play, Nick.
Actually, Nick did a good job by keeping him on his feet. They're going to mark him back at the 45.
That's a great kick. That's just that's, you say you flip the field. I mean, you put them back on their side of the field. Great play by Nick and as we've been keeping track all year, I believe that will put them back in the negatives on punt return yardage this year.
Well, Zach, I got an update on Lincoln. They lead now 21-14, so they got a ball game going down in Malvern. We're at 2:59 to go here in the 3rd. This has been a fast quarter. And there is.
He's got room.
Sullins got the first and more. He gets down close to.
Logan fell down pursuing the play, and that opened everything up.
He's going to get down. They're going to mark it at the 35. So 1st and 10 for the Blazers, and they've spent most of this half on the Prairie Grove side of the.
Yeah, it's like the first quarter all over again, only in reverse.
Well, I think that what I've seen definitely here in the second half on the 2 Prairie Grove possessions, we've not gotten much offensively. Whatever adjustments Valley View made, it's working. They're in the eye again.
Fumble.
It's hard to hang on to.
Yeah, it's getting difficult out there.
Huckabee and Diebold on the tackle.
I'll get nothing on that. But you know, when they are putting the ball on the ground, they're not losing yards. They're gaining or losing nothing.
They're not losing the ball.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't see. Is the rain still coming down, Zach?
Yeah,
or does it stop?
Well, you know, the windows are fogging up in here, but no, it looks like it's slowed down. If nothing else, it may have.
But it's still wet out there.
Oh yeah, it's still definitely wet, and it is cold.
Second down and
really
10,
cold.
2:15 to go here in the third. Second and 10 for the Blazers. They are going to go to Sullins.
Good play, Jack Reynolds.
Jack Reynolds also helping out as Nodier over there, I believe.
Yeah, that's just a little variation off the power. That's a counteraction back to the weak side.
Third down.
So now you're 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7. They got 2 downs, so they're what do you do here?
You know, you're not running the wide receiver reverse. I know that.
Well, I think what you do here, if you're Valley View, I think you probably keep pounding away.
Do what you've been doing.
And if it doesn't work, then you got your 4th down. If you want to put it up in the air, you put it up in the air on 4th. But boy, look at Sullen's jersey. Has he been playing tonight?
Yeah, I think he's been a little busy tonight. 23 carries, 136 yards so far.
3rd down, 3rd and 8. And they go there again.
I think we're going
to be offsides.
Wow.
Delayed game. Wow, big penalty.
Yeah, that is. I mean,
we actually had a good defensive play. It looked like that time. But regardless, it's going to back them up 5. So it's going to be 3rd down.
Well, we think it's going to back them up 5. They moved him back to the 39. It's a 7-yard penalty. Guys, look where you are. I mean, you're on the 32. Put it to the 37. What's the deal?
We've had one too. So I mean,
sorry, Valley View. I don't know what to tell you.
In trouble, throws.
No. Bobby Cat.
So it's 4th down. You know, Whoa, Johns is getting up slow.
Yeah, they got to him. Jack got to him.
They're going to punt, and I think that's a smart thing to do here, Zach.
Well, you know, if they get what they got the last time, which is a 19-yard punt,
well, actually, that would be bad right now.
No, 19-yard punt will work out very well. You know, I think if you're Prairie Grove, you're in punt safe here. You don't want anybody back deep. And they're going to send 2 back.
Boy.
Yeah, I think that's a little risky. They are in punt safe. Nobody. We got a bad one.
No,
and he got off a good kick. I mean, you know, if you believe in getting breaks, I mean, Valley View right now is getting every break in the book.
Well, that's a big break. Prairie Grove had 2 guys.
Yeah.
If you had at least one more guy going that time, you'd probably get him back there at the 40-yard line.
I mean, they didn't rush anybody.
Yeah. So essentially, they get a good break. But hey, you know what? It takes that to win football games.
Yeah,
and they're getting those. And now the Tigers. It's now 28-14. Lincoln leading Malvern. So representing the 1-4A well. Well, it's 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball just inside their 20. And Tigers have been stopped pretty much in their tracks here in the second half. There it is.
Bobby
Cat. But they get him pretty good that time.
Yeah, they were ready for that. You can hear the Valley View coaches above us.
Yeah, I don't know if we can shut that thing or not. But it'd be nice if we could.
And Prairie Grove's going to bring tempo again.
What was working a little bit earlier, there's...
ball's on the ground. Oh, man. You just can't have it.
And with the ball being on this side of Prairie Grove's field, and Despain,
he's everywhere.
He's picked up a lot of fumbles tonight.
I mean, this is the second time you've given them the ball inside the 30-yard line.
Prairie Grove has had a hard time here in a second. They have not flipped the field.
No, not at all.
Valley View has been down here, and as we were saying earlier in the game, that Prairie Grove or Valley View was lucky Prairie Grove to have more points. We're lucky right now Valley View doesn't have more. They've been down here a lot here in the second half.
Here comes the pass. Yeah. Apparently, the Valley View coach is unhappy with that one.
Yeah, we're getting a play-by-play from the Valley View coaches just
They're
above
right
us.
above us, and you can you can hear them.
2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Or 2nd and 10 for the Blazers.
Johns is starting to get hit, and he kind of shied away from that one.
I imagine that they're going to go back to that power eye running game here.
I would think so.
Ball sitting at the 21-yard line of the Tigers. Don't be off sides again, guys.
Oh, man, he's got room.
He's going to score.
Yep.
Give him the touchdown for Valley View. So now the Blazers up 13-6.
Yeah,
you know what they did that time? They went to, we kind of lined up on that strong side. They came back to the other side. And
they sold out to stop the Power O. They did just
and they ran to the opposite side.
Ran to the opposite side, something they haven't done a whole lot of. But now, I mean, you're 24 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
You said at the beginning of the game had a Pottsville feel to it?
Yep. I told you.
Still does. This is a big extra point because if he makes this, forces Prairie Grove to go for 2. Extra point on the way, and it
is,
it's good. So with 24 seconds to go in the third, Prairie Grove stopped them 3 times, so they couldn't do it the 4th, and that gives the Blazers the lead 14-6. Well, let's take a break. We'll be back after this.
Clorox. Just hearing the name and you automatically think of the word clean. And Clorox is a lot more than just bleach. The Clorox family of products has something for the home, the business, professional grade, and more. No matter what the environment, Clorox has the product you need to meet your unique challenges. From the bathroom and the kitchen with Pine Sol and 409 to the laundry room with the standard Clorox bleach. And even if you're on the go with the Clorox wipes, you know the name stands for clean. Dirt and germs don't stand a chance as long as you're equipped with the family of Clorox products. Clorox, proud sponsors of Tiger athletics and activities.
Madden getting ready to punt, and I'll go to the comments page right after this kickoff, Zach. We had some more comments I'll go to. It's going to squib. That's Nick Sugg. Nick's got a little room, gets it out to the 45. So the Tigers going to get out. Finally, maybe we can flip the field here.
A little bit. We don't want to flip the field. We're going to punch it in the end zone.
Terry Barnes watching from Lorena, Texas, son of the coach for the Blazers, says thanks for streaming.
We're also huge in Texas.
Good night.
Texas, Jonesboro, I mean, we're just...
Hey, Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Yeah, Kalamazoo,
West
Michigan,
Virginia,
Georgia,
Gainesville, Georgia. We're all...
And probably countries who haven't quite logged on yet. We had one from the Philippines once.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm serious. It's just raining here in the press box.
Well, it is 18 seconds to go here in the third. Tigers, ball at their own 45, and there's Logan. Logan's got room. Bartholomew at the 40, down inside the 33. Zach, that's what was working at the beginning of the game.
Yep.
So you go back to it, and boy, the Tigers, you said it earlier, we need something to give us a little spark.
Somebody's got to jump in somebody's business.
Yeah.
And we need a spark here, and hopefully that'll get things going.
Well, we finally flipped the field, and that's was a critical piece. I think that's probably going to be the last play of the third.
Yep, that's 8 carries now, 64 yards for Logan.
Well, that's into 3 quarters of play. The score, Valley View Blazers 14, Prairie Grove Tigers 6. Back after this.
Love God, love others, and serve others. The simple motto of Prairie Grove Christian Church. Whether it's supporting missionaries in Japan or on the Ivory Coast of Africa or doing mission work in Guatemala or building homes in Mississippi or Alabama or the fun for the entire family of Upward Basketball, you'll find the members seeking to show our love for God through our love for our neighbors. If you're looking for a church home, we invite you to experience PGCC firsthand. We have convenient service times with services on Sunday at 9 and 10:30. And trust us, we have plenty of activities for the kids. Prairie Grove Christian Church, serving Western Washington County and beyond. Love God, love others, and serve others. Prairie Grove Christian Church.
Well, Zach, we're back for the 4th and final quarter.
Well, you know, if you're a senior on this this Prairie Grove squad, you know, this you're down to 12 minutes here.
Yeah,
somebody's got to make something happen.
And it, you know, Prairie Grove needs to get the ball in the end zone, and then what's even more critical is they 2-point conversion.
You got to get here a couple of times, and
everybody's moving. I think Prairie Grove's going to probably be called. I don't know if they were drawn off sides. My guess they're going to go against the Tigers. Yeah, they're going to mark it off against the Tigers. So
they're doing things that are really out of character for them.
But you know what? I think we only got a 4-yard penalty.
Are you kidding me? No, they haven't even marked it yet.
No, I think they got
Jake,
it
we're
right.
not sure it's going to be 1st and 15.
They got it 1st and 15. I think they got that one right.
And we're not 100% certain.
Boy, that surprised me tonight. There's Logan. Bartholomew. Look at Bartholomew down the sideline. Bartholomew, give him 6.
Wow.
Give Logan Bartholomew 6.
Wow. That's the
great run by Logan.
That's the draw. They hadn't shown that all game yet.
And wow, the first play of the Tigers have been silent since the first drive, Zach, and finally into the end zone.
Yeah, that's
with 11:52 to go in the ball game, trailing 14-12, and now a 2-point conversion that is huge.
They hadn't shown the draw all game, and that's if you can get Logan to that second level, he's got the moves to take it 92 yards like we saw last week, and now now it's a 2-point conversion. What's she going to do now?
Wow, this is big. This is big.
Oh, and they dropped the snap.
Dropped the snap.
Conversion is no good. 11:52 left to go in the ball game.
Well, we're back in it.
Well, it's 14-12, and well, that was a big.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that opening. We said it early when the extra point was missed. That could loom large, and that extra point is essentially the difference
really
in the game.
large. That, by the way, that run 37 yards for the score puts Logan over 100. 9 carries, 101 yards, a second straight 100-yard game.
11.2 yards a carry, Logan. That's another touchdown sponsored by PG Telco. And
we haven't seen tonight is Frenchie.
No, we haven't.
It might be a little cold for him. He probably got up this morning and what is this?
Oui.
No, thank you. I agree with him. It's cold.
Well, the Tigers get the points, give him 6 tonight, Zach, and boy, one of the they needed that. They needed it.
That was huge. Somebody had to step up and do something. And that
now the defense needs to step up. Maybe we could get a turnover or something, Zach, here to really light us up here in the 4th. That kick. It's going to drop. That's going to drop. And it drops.
That's Sullins.
Sullins just falls down on the 15. Probably a smart play not to try to. So that ball is going to go down to the 15. So now the big defensive stop. We talked about flipping the field. We were able to flip it. If we can hold here,
and get the ball back.
The ball back.
Tigers have 210 yards. They've outgained Valley View. It really hasn't. It hasn't been an offensive problem. It's been at critical moments. I mean, the offense is just, they just disengaged.
I thought we moved the ball pretty well in the first half. Third quarter, we did not move the football.
Yeah.
I mean, Valley View did a great job defensively in the third quarter. Back in the eye are the Blazers. Reynolds coming. Nice block.
Yeah, they got it blocked well.
He gets up maybe 3 yards. Sullins, they're going to give him 4.
Yeah, they're doing they're doing a nice job blocking that. They're picking up the blitz and getting Sullins to the second level.
Second down. Now the rain's
rain's back.
Coming back down again.
Boy, it is really coming down.
We're down to 11 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the ball game. Tigers trail the Blazers 14-12.
I don't want to sound like my old coach Bob Davie, but ball security at this point is paramount. Punt for Valley View is not necessarily a bad thing. You don't want to get a turnover here in your own end.
And he's going to get
close
to the first. It'll be third down. This is a big play here on this third. Speaking of Bob Davie, that group, you and I have a game tomorrow too.
Yeah, we do, don't we?
We haven't even talked about that.
Yeah, the Holy War tomorrow. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
it's Catholics versus the convicts.
Oh wait, no, that would be the Mormons tomorrow. So third down and 3. Big third down here. Who do you think will get it here? Long count. Now, boy, they got a lot of room to go there. Here we go. It's third down and 3. Here comes Sullins.
You knew it was coming, and they got him. But he's going to get the first down.
He got the first down.
Yep, good
that was
play.
A good second effort there by Sullins to pick up the first down.
Are they marking him short?
I think they're going to mark him short.
Wow. Now they decide to measure?
If they're short, Zach. If they're if they're short, you can't. I shouldn't say you can't go for it, but do you go for it, Zach? If you're them, if you don't make it, you have a bobble snap or something. You've just set Prairie Grove up. So if they're short, then Prairie Grove has to be very safe.
I mean, the way they've run the ball, you know, if they're short, they're not short by much. He's going. Yeah, he's going. Wow. You know, you're right. I mean, if you get a bobbled snap, I mean, you may try and draw them off. You know, as active as Prairie Grove is, you may try to draw them off. But wow, I mean,
well, I think you do here. If what you do the quarterback sneak here. You just get the snap forward. Yeah. You don't try to hand back. I'm not saying that Sullins can't get it, but if you're Valley View, you go right up. You try to make it happen, and.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't. You know, the quarterback sneaks the play here, but
boy,
do you want Johns?
You don't even have anybody over center there.
Nope. Yeah, this is something they haven't shown yet. I wonder if they're going to try and draw him off. Yeah, they're trying to draw. No, they're going to go and get. Oh, Nodier had him.
He got it. He got it.
You know, they had three shots
him back there.
Yeah,
they had him back there and then let him get away. Nice play by Sullins.
Yeah, they had 3 shots at him.
Boy, they had him, Zach.
Yeah, Nodier had him. I mean, he blew the whole thing up, and Sullins just got away from him.
What a gamble by him.
Yeah.
That was a huge gamble. Paid off.
I don't know that I'd go for that in a Madden game.
35-21 Lincoln leading Malvern 35-21.
There's a formation they haven't shown tonight, the Twins. There you go.
Boy,
he's so slippery.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, it's the first guy gets him, and then he starts to get away. And if you're not gang tackling him, I mean, you're not seeing a lot of guys bring him down. You know, not a lot of one guy's not bringing him down.
Well, it's second down now and 13, second and 13 for the Blazers.
The one thing I've noticed Prairie Grove doing is they're subbing Dakota Hutchinson and Zach Downey in. When they want 2 safeties in, they bring Downey in. When they want to get more beef up front, they're bringing Dakota in.
14-12, Tigers trail. They're going again.
Nick's got him. Good play.
They're hitting him now. Boy, Nick Sugg hits him. Debo comes in. Nodier.
It's going to be 3rd and long here. Do you put it up?
Wow, they marked him forward.
Yeah, they gave him forward progress. But you know what do you do now?
Oh, I think I mean, you got plenty of time. You can put it in the air if you're Valley.
What they're going to do is they're going to spread this out and go out of the shotgun. Are they? No, they're going to stay in the eye.
I still think you got a chance to throw here.
Yeah.
Valley View. I mean. Quick pass.
Yeah, no catch.
Whether it's catch or not, it's going to be short. So.
I'll tell you what, Johns doesn't want any part of that. He does not want to. He's not stepping into his throw. That's why that thing looked like a wounded duck coming out of there. That'll bring up a 4th down here, and 8:04 to go here in the fourth quarter.
8:04 to go in the fourth. It's 4th and 11. So the Tigers, while they had a chance to have it at the 25, they still should get good field position. Boy, we got a lot more. I'm going to go through this here in a minute. Good snap that time by Valley View.
I think the Tigers just want the ball back. Get away from it.
And it's going to die there at the 41. So the Tigers have it back with 7:55. We're going to go through. Got some Valley viewers go blue after they scored. I'm sorry, I just got back to this. The Music Man, I think that's Jeff Music. He played for the Tigers back in the 08 year. He's pushing for the Tigers. Shannon Carpenter, thank you so much for streaming this. My brother's a coach for Valley View. Haven't been able to see him coach since I lived in Texas. Coach Cockrell's my big brother, and I'm so glad to be able to see him in action in Valley View. We like a little gamble here and there of someone from BVU. Well, I'll tell you what.
A little tough on my heart.
I'll tell you what. Well, here we go. There is Bartholomew. Get up here. Logan's got a little seam. Logan's got room. Logan, Bartholomew, look at him go. Logan inside the 40 down to the 30.
This is the Logan we've been waiting to see all year.
And now he's well into 100 yards. He picks up a big play there, and the Tigers are in business with 7:45 to go.
Yep, that's a 25-yard run for Logan. He's 10 carries, 126 yards.
I'm not a gambler.
He's coming off limping.
Behind 14-12.
Man, hope he's not hurt too bad.
Yeah, it's that ankle again.
Let's get someone over there to check him out. J.D. Speed replaces Bartholomew.
Here comes Bobby.
Cat. There's Bobby Cat. He's hit hard, but Bobby gets through that first tackle. Tigers now inside the 30, down to the 29. 7:15 to go in the ball game. This one is tight.
It's becoming a duel between Logan and Sullins. Sullins, by the way, 30 carries tonight.
30 carries, 168 yards, 5.6 to carry. Logan Bartholomew, 10 carries, 126, 12.6 yards to carry.
They're going to have to get Sullins an ice bath on the way home. He's going to be a sore young man.
Boy, I hope Logan, come on, Logan, work that thing out, buddy.
He's down there. He's working on it.
Second down, long 5 to go.
Put his helmet back on. We'll see him shortly.
There's Nick.
Kate Upton.
He didn't get much. Looks like Logan's trying to get ready to go back in. Third, and it was a long 5. Now it's third and a short 5. Boy, the Tigers need to punch it in this time, Zach.
You're not going to get too many chances left.
No,
this is nail-biting time, and I told you this was going to be like a 3-tums game.
Well, we're down to almost halfway through the fourth quarter. 6:06 to go. Third down, long or short 5. Fumble again. Looks like the Tigers may have got it back, but it's going to be fourth down. The Tigers are going to, I'm sure they'll go for it. And it's wet. I mean, it's wet. And
yeah, that blitz coming up the middle's bothering him. He's pulling out real fast.
Look at that. Did you see what just happened?
Yep.
We tried to get a fresh ball in. They throw it in. The ref dropped it right on the ground. So it's fourth down and 5 still. And what is Prairie Grove going to dial up here with 5.5 minutes?
They haven't started the play clock yet, so they're giving them plenty of time.
Well, and the clock's running now. I mean, Valley View gets the ball back. If the Tigers don't make this, you're down to probably one drive.
Possession, yeah.
Fourth down, Tigers. Storley rolls. He throws.
Yeah, he threw that one up.
Blazers will take over at their own 27 with 5:07 to go. Zach, now the Tigers probably have one possession left. They're going to have to play defense, get the ball back, and that's going to probably do it.
I mean, they've got to get a stop, and it's got to be quick.
Logan's injury hurt. that little bit of injury that he went off the field,
he's back out there on defense. But I mean, that they tried the wheel route to Bobby, and it was just the ball was he was thrown too far, I guess, inside, and wasn't really thrown anywhere near Bobby.
Tigers need a stop. 5:07 to go in the ball game. 14-12. Valley View leads. They are going to keep giving it to their boy. They are riding that horse tonight. Sullins, number 30, carry number 31. He doesn't get much on that one.
He's up to 169 yards on the ground. 2 scores.
Lincoln leaning Malvern, 40-21. So it looks like now that Lincoln is going to be in the quarterfinals. And I don't think Lincoln has ever made it to the quarterfinals.
Not in football. boy, Valley View is taking their time. It's like a slow, it's like a slow death.
Well, if they were to put it in the end zone somehow, Zach, and go up 2 scores with an extra point, that would pretty much do it, the way things have gone tonight. 14-12. They are going to keep going to Sullivan. He's got a little room.
Nice play, Brandon Notier.
Brandon Notier, so gets nothing there. So a big third down for the Tigers. They're going to get the ball back if they can hold here.
You know, it's been like one team has dominated each quarter. Yeah, Prairie Grove dominated the first, Valley View had the second and the third, and Prairie Grove's pretty well controlled to the fourth quarter here. But now now not only is Valley View your opponent, the clock's your opponent. We're under 4 minutes.
Big third down here. Can the Tigers hold here on third? What does Coach Laird, the defensive coordinator, what has he got dialed up here for defensively? What does Valley View have dialed up offensively? Do they stick with Sullins? Do they go to the air here? Big play. Timeout, Valley View. I'll tell you what, Zach, you talked about those Tums. I need one. Let's take a timeout with them. With 3:35 to go, Tigers trail 14-12.
Life can come at you from a lot of different directions, and you need to be prepared with the proper insurance. Let John Galligan of the Galligan Insurance Alliance make sure that you, your loved ones, and your home, and all that's near and dear to you is properly covered. You see, the Galligan Insurance Alliance is an independent insurance agent and allows him the flexibility to shop the very best policy at the very best price, and this gives you the coverage and the peace of mind that you need at the rate that fits your budget. It's the best case scenario when it comes to covering all that is near and dear to you. Check them out on Facebook or drop by the website GalliganInsuranceAlliance.com. And you can always call 479-282-0605, 479-282-0605. The Galligan Insurance Alliance.
Well, Zach, probably the biggest play of the game so far. I mean, the biggest play of the game for this is when they went on 4th and inches inside their own 25. They were able to convert. This is a big third down.
It's 3rd and 8. John's passing 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
I don't know. I think if you're Valley View, do you take the chance?
I think you got to. I mean, Prairie Grove's kind of dialed in pretty decent right now. Don't get in the neutral zone.
No, they're going to give it to him. And he's got a lane. First down.
He got it.
Yep, he sure did. That's a killer.
That's going to put Prairie Grove in a lot of pressure.
Yeah, now you got to start burning timeouts. Well, that's an 11-yard run on 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8, and we had it. They blocked it well and did a nice. I thought we had a good defensive call that time, just unable to stop. Now with 3:29, Valley View. Game fairly evenly matched on yardage. Prairie Grove with a total of 242, Valley View at 217.
I'm sure both teams are well below their season average, but
good defensive game.
Valley View just hadn't made the mistakes. And Prairie Grove now turned the ball over twice, critical turnovers. Oh, man, he's just hard to bring down.
That was the fullback that time. That was number 1, Despain. Prairie Grove's going to stop the clock. Well, I'll tell you what, if you don't stop them this time, if they get a first down here,
it's effectively over.
That would probably do it. So they've got to stop them here. Well, we could use a bad snap or something, couldn't we?
I think if you're Prairie Grove here, you got to start selling out to stop Sullins. I think that's where Valley View was going right there. Was you're keying on Sullins, you're keying on Sullins. Let's see if we can pop the fullback, which they did in the first half. But I mean, you got to have almost, maybe you're one-on-one on the outside, but you're selling out to stop the run.
One nice thing that we've seen tonight is that Prairie Grove's passing game has not been effective, but if we do get the ball back, we have been able to go from that hurry up from the run.
Right.
So we're going to have to go to that, have some success.
The Tigers have 232 yards on the ground. If they get the ball back, they've moved it okay. But it's been the 3rd down conversions. We talked about it at halftime. In the second half, Valley View's, they're 2 out of, make sure my math is right, 2 out of 6 on 3rd downs. But it was the 4th down conversion. They're 1 out of 2. That 4th down conversion was huge. It took another minute and a half off the clock.
Well, I think what was maybe even more, that 3rd down conversion.
That's
long,
big.
That was huge. And Prairie Grove, that was a big miss not stopping. Well, It's too early to talk about Steak and Shake player of the game because we've got 3 minutes left, but Zach will announce that at the end of the game. And win or lose, please stay with us. We'll have our post-game show. We'll go through the stats of the game, and so stay with us. It is this
is money time.
There is.
Knew he was going to get it. And he's got, Jacob missed him. He's around the corner. And
get him out of bounds. There you go. So they get him out of bounds. He gets the first.
Yeah, he got a lot on that one.
It's starting to look. Boy's going to. This is a lot like
I told you.
It's got a lot of feel to it. We got to hope we have a miracle down the stretch here, Zach. We're going to need a stop.
34 for 195. That kid is going to be sore tomorrow. And they're going to reset the 25-second clock.
Just hesitate.
Yep, they
got
that one to stop. Now you got to call timeout.
Now a quick timeout by the Tigers.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
I guess this will bring up 2nd and 10 here, and if you're Valley View, you're just it's the same. It's same play.
Well, here's where you're going to go. So if the Tigers stop here, they'll be able to get it. They'll have one timeout left. They'll have one timeout left and about 2.5. And then if you don't stop on 3rd this time, and Valley View will essentially, even if Prairie Grove's able to stop, the math of this is it'll be down to 1.5 minutes if Prairie Grove gets the ball with no timeouts.
Right. The question is, if they stop them here on 2nd down, burn the timeout. If you're Valley View, you're 3rd and whatever it would be. You run it, or you try and pick up the 1st down. What's more important?
Well, I think even if I would run it, and the reason why you do that is that
keep the clock moving, obviously.
And then you get that down under 2 minutes, and then even you'll have a 4th down, to even burn clock as well. So,
but hey, you go for it on 4th and short at your own 20-yard line. You're not fishing from the same pond as the rest of us. We would say, yeah, run it. But if you want to put it away, that puts it away.
2:48 to go in the ball game. Valley View 14-12. They got him.
Got to call the timeout.
And now a quick stop only burns 4 or 5 seconds there. So 2:43, Prairie Grove's out of timeouts. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. So they're going to be.
And they're going to have to punt with, there'll be 2 minutes on the, roughly 2 minutes, maybe a little bit more on the clock when they punt it, if they don't pick it up. I keep thinking it's 4th down, but.
And it depends how close they get. If they get 3rd and a couple of yards, they may go for it.
Yeah, that's true.
So big play here. And now if you're Valley View, you've been going to Sullins, you've been going to Sullins, you've been going to Sullins. Do you pull it this time for a quick pass? You get the 1st down, you essentially.
I'd say the way Johns is throwing the ball, no. But, again, if you're looking to put this thing away, maybe you do. Maybe, the play you had down here on in the end zone that, what's his name, Stahlbaum dropped. That's not a bad option. He was wide open. I think if you're the back 3 for Prairie Grove, the corners and the safety.
This is a big play here.
Huge.
We keep having the biggest play. This is now the biggest
play of the game.
3rd down, 9 to go. 2:43.
Where's Connor West when you need him?
They are going to go.
And he got loose.
He got loose. He got the 1st down. That's probably going to do it, Zach.
Yes, it is.
With 2:34 to go, they had him again.
Same play they ran on the 3rd and long. Same play.
The best that we can hope for now maybe be a bad snap.
Yeah, hey, where's Connor West?
Valley View. 2:34, and the clock will run. Prairie Grove can't stop it. mathematically Tigers can still get it back, but they're going to take. They won't have much left if they do.
No, not a whole lot, but. Boy, those 3-yard runs are now turning into 6-yard runs, and Prairie Grove's selling out, trying to strip the ball. But
now you got to sell out and just go try to catch him in the backfield, because if you get a first down, then mathematically they don't. Now, like I said, still mathematically we got a chance, but 2nd and 3, down to 1:45 to go. They will let it run all the way down. And he's short. It's going to be 3rd down and about a yard.
39 for 219.
They got to get
that's a heck of a night.
Boy. Wow. If Prairie Grove gets it back, it will be with mere seconds.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, you'd be looking for. I think if you're Valley View, this is 2-down territory for sure.
Absolutely, and
field goal really doesn't do you any good, and I don't think you'd want to try it.
They are going to go. They got him.
They got him.
Nope.
He got away. Man, I'm telling you, that kid is tough.
That's going to do it.
Yep. Brandon had him. And
had him in the backfield and got away. And you got to give him credit. I'll tell you, Jager Sullins has had a heck of a ball game. 40 carries, 235 yards. And now they can take a knee. Now they don't have to. They can just take the knee. Don't know if they'll try to run it and score or not, or whether they'll take a knee. Looks like they're going to take a knee.
Take the knee.
Well, Zach, that's going to do it for this Prairie Grove football season. The Tigers going to end the season at 10-2, and this group of seniors has had a great success. And congratulations to Valley View. The Blazers from Jonesboro come here and get the victory. 14-12. We said it early. That extra point early
came back to haunt.
And congratulations to the Valley View Blazers on a well-fought, hard victory. Stay with us. Zach's finishing up some stats here. We definitely want to take some time, and boy, we had a lot of going through here. Some folks saying they love the broadcast. Homesick, Bartholomew, everybody, the music man cheering him on. Good job from the Blazers. Brett Winstead, playoff football is at its best. Great game. Go Tigers. Corey Ketzler, former Prairie Grove Tiger as well, watching tonight. Well, that's going to do it. Thanks for all those who commented. Congratulations again. And Zach, let's do our steak and shake, go with the stats, and then let's talk about this senior group before we end tonight. So go ahead first off with the stats.
For Valley View, I mean, there's one guy to talk about, and that's Jager Sullins. 40 carries, 235 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 huge third-down conversions on that final drive. Just a phenomenal night for him. Valley View didn't have a whole lot going in the passing game, but when you got a guy that goes for 235, you really don't need him. Just a great night for them. For Prairie Grove, Logan Bartholomew, his final game, 10 carries, 126 yards. Nick in his final game, 14 carries, 56 yards. Bobby Cat, he'll be back next year, 6 carries, 40 yards. Jacob Sorley had a rough night, 6 carries, negative 17 yards. He was 2 out of 6 passing for 10 yards. And J.D. Speed, again, his last game, 7 carries, 27 yards. The Tigers played well. I mean, they were in the game. I mean, all you can ask for is in the fourth quarter to be in the game with a chance to win it. They had their shots, and Valley View converted. Give them credit.
Well, there's and then our steak and shake player of the game, I think we have to go with Logan Bartholomew. 10 carries, 126 yards. Congratulations to Logan. Well, Zach, another football season. You and I look forward to this always at the very beginning of the year. Each year, we do. And we go from one end to the other. And there's a lot of people we want to thank. First of all, we want to thank the school administration for all that they do. We want to thank the PG Telco. This is not possible without PG Telco. And I want to thank our East Lab students. They do such a fantastic job. And we have they'll be doing some basketball games here. And we start basketball season on Monday. But, some of these seniors doing their last football game, Danny Davis, Casey is also... I'm sorry, Samantha Dodd. I'm sitting here.
Come on.
I'm sorry. I've gotten it all over. Casey as well. Yeah. So Casey and Samantha,
with Austin for 2
both.
More years.
Austin, we got.
We're stuck with him.
But we thank you guys. You guys, these nights are special that we get to come out and do this together and appreciate what you've done and how you've taken this thing, guys. You guys have taken this thing to a whole nother level. We appreciate that. It's hard to put into words. Zach, I'm going to give you a chance to say, give your final thoughts on the season, and because this has been a special group. I've watched it. You've watched this group since they were fourth graders, and they've come through, and they've been great. And
and I said it last year in Stuttgart. I mean, it's just sad to see it end because these kids, you know them well, and for me, my son is a senior here at Prairie Grove, and I've known all of these kids, all the seniors, since I watched them play Pee-wee basketball and T-ball, and I've known a lot of them. And it's going to be weird next year when they're not here. Yeah. And I mean, they played their hearts out. They did the best they could. It's a senior class that's going to go out with 3 straight playoff appearances. One of the best senior classes in school history, and they played their hearts out tonight. They just ran into a team that made a couple more plays than they did.
Yeah, and I think one of the most critical plays, even though we made a stop, it flipped the field for most of the third quarter. That was the punt that was a bad snap. We knelt down, and they got good field position. We never
seemed to be able to get out from under it.
And it took I think Logan Bartholomew, when he got hurt and had to come off the field, we had some momentum, got it inside. But I give Valley View defense a lot of credit for what they did inside the 30.
Mm-hmm.
And,
they played very, very well. And they're as advertised. They're a defensive football team, and you hand the ball to Sullins 40 times a night, and you take your chances, and they'll be formidable for whoever they play next week. Whether it's Maumelle or Lone Oak, wish them well.
I think Valley View makes it to the next. Just from what I've been able to gather, I believe Valley View makes it to the semis.
Yeah, I mean they've certainly got. I may be wrong here, but I think it's snowing.
It's snowing out here tonight. Well, it is a.
That's an appropriate way to end it. And it starts snowing.
Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. And again, thanks to all. We've enjoyed this season, another season, our 4th year of doing the webcast. And
it's year 3 for you and me. Can you believe that?
Yeah, we've done it.
We had that meeting in the gym when it was 450 degrees 3 years ago.
And so we're here, and again, thanks to everybody. Well, that's going to do it for the 2013 football season. The Prairie Grove Tigers in 10-2, going out in the second round to Valley View. Congratulations to Valley View Blazers. We wish them luck. We wish them a safe ride home. Thanks for everyone for watching tonight. For the Prairie Grove School administration, I'm almost teary-eyed here, I guess. Our East Lab students, for Zach Arns, I'm Lane Gregson. Thank you. Have a great night. We'll see you Monday night for basketball season. Good night.
We want to thank you once again for joining us for another night of Prairie Grove Tiger football. And a big thank you going out to the Prairie Grove High School East Lab. Their volunteer hours make this game possible. Also, we want to thank PG Telco, the providers of PGTigersOnline.com. PG Telco, built on community, focused on progress. By Clorox, the name alone means clean. The Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas and Prairie Grove since 1946. Shelter Insurance, your local shelter insurance agents, Mr. Mark Spence. And Prairie Grove Christian Church, where it's all about loving God, loving others, and serving others. And by Steak and Shake, life needs flavor. And also by the Bank of Fayetteville, where they're banking on your potential. And the broadcast is also brought to you in part by the Prairie Grove High School Booster Club, reminding you your Tiger Pride is just one membership away. It's great to be a Prairie Grove Tiger.